Hi there, I am Aaron, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. Tonight we are looking once again at Vinegar Syndrome. Hey there, Ragnar. Hey there, Alan. You guys look to be the first two here tonight. Either way, I'm sorry I'm late. I have just come back onto, as you can see, StreamYard, and I'm using the free version to make sure that that I can get it to work well here on the Mac. One thing I still haven't figured out on this one right now on the Macintosh: one, the camera's super close, and two, screen sharing. I got to work out screen sharing, but it was too close. Hey there, Mug. Welcome, man. So we are going to be looking at the Vinegar Syndrome stuff tonight. There was a new newsletter that came out. Actually, Kubrick sent me a copy of it. Luckily, I had a copy. Basically, Kubrick sent me a copy, and my spouse sent me a copy, and I got a copy from Vinegar Syndrome. But with all that being said, it was very cool. So we're going to look at the new clues because it opens a lot of stuff up to exactly what this could be. Yesterday we talked about it, and I want to apologize because yesterday I was using Ecamm and my system crashed. It actually crashed so bad that it put me onto a different stream, and my other stream, even though it was broken and frozen, was still stuck on live until I actually had to, in the middle of the night, unfortunately, delete the stream because I could not get it to stop. It was just stuck in a perpetual state of live, and which is a shame because I think that last night's stream was extremely good, and we went over a lot of stuff there that if you never got to see it live, I do apologize because you definitely missed something with that one. That was a good one. And that's on me, not on anybody else. But we're going to be looking at the. I'm trying to get this to be able to do this for for live, and I'm trying to just see if we can actually share the screen. And let's see if it'll work for me. Every time I do it, it says go to System Preferences. Chrome has lost your permission, so it says unlock the screen by selecting the lock in the bottom left corner. Check Google Chrome if already unchecked it. Okay, well, let's do that. So hopefully this doesn't leave this side. If this leaves this right here, I'll turn it right back on. So Google Chrome is checked. So what do I have to do now? It says restart Chrome. I can't do that without restarting this video, I don't think. So I apologize. We're going to try and do this through chat and basically see what we can do with the website. I'll try it afterwards if you guys want to. I actually received my badge today for the Marrakesh Film Festival. I'm not quite sure if we are going to be able to see anything because my better half hasn't seen any movies that really interest her, and I don't really feel like going to a film festival on my own. So let's probably make this a quick one, and because I can't get the screen share to work, and I apologize. And actually look at what's been said in the newsletter. So I'm going to actually read that out to you guys, and I want you guys to try and guess what you think that what the titles could be. We had a couple comments yesterday, but there's been a little bit of an update on this. So here we go. Over 2 weeks until Black Friday 2022. Everything kicks off at 12:01 Eastern Standard Time on Friday, November 25th. And be here on this channel for that because we will be here. And trust me, we'll be sharing screens when it comes to that. And it'll be a blast. I always wonder this event now features over 400 Vinegar Syndrome related titles and over 100 partner label titles, all at 50% off the SRP price. We'll also mark the availability of our Class 1 already announced November slate, all of which will be available for purchase if you've not already added to your home video library our latest VSU, the Vinegar Syndrome Ultras, Roadhouse, breathtakingly restored in 4K. Well, happy 51st birthday. I actually am 51 right now. So we're around the same age, Ragnar. in 4K and jam-packed with extras. The sleaze masterpiece, The Invisible Maniac by Adam Rifkin, which makes the leap from muddy VHS all the way to earth-shattering clarity of UHD. And Blu-ray, the criminally underseen and ultra-violent Hong Kong action fantasy epic Burning Paradise. Is that a Cat 3 title? Because I don't know the film. And I'm a little bit concerned it's going to be like Ebola syndrome. Finally, on English-friendly Blue, and our second installment in the Homegrown Horrors series, which collects 3 bizarro slashers, Moonstalker, Dead Girls, and Hanging Heart. All restored in 4K. You'll have your chance the moment the sale goes live. Now, here's where things get a little more interesting. As you hopefully know by now, we've got 4 more films in store for you, the names of which will be kept secret until the sales commences. Our always stunning duo of secret surprise Vinegar Syndrome titles will be sure to wow with the UHD and Blu-ray debut of a big-budget star-studded spectacular that's about as trashy and outrageous as they come. What makes this release even more exciting, and here's where it gets good, is it's a discovery we made a mere weeks ago before manufacturing. It was so major that we stopped everything that we were doing and hit reset. The cryptic message will make more sense soon. And on the other end of the spectrum, our second surprise title is a grisly little shocker that's been begging for ages to be treated to a glorious HD release. It's a bit too well connected to Hollywood to count as homegrown, but it certainly shares the spirit. I think that the idea, Ragnar, is kind of like just to amp up the expectation so that as many people are going to be hitting onto that website on Black Friday as possible, and it works. Like in all honesty, it works. The way that they do it, they really get people worked up so that they go into the site and people just start buying. It's actually pretty genius. So when it comes to the marketing. Meanwhile, we're salivating over our next set of VSAs, despite being made decades apart, both champion action legends of their time. And we're pretty certain that one of those is El Santo. And to kind of answer not your question on what it is, but how it's being done, as we hinted at last week, the theme of this Black Friday is comic books. Spearheaded by Ignatz Award winner Charles Forsman, comic follow-up to our New York Ninja, not only will the New York Ninja comic be in stock and on sale as soon as the site goes live, that's one that I want really badly, on Black Friday, but Charles has selected 2 of his favorite Vinegar Syndrome catalog titles. Hey there, Chris, welcome, man. And designed special, super limited slips to coincide with the comic theme. I expect maybe something like The Uninvited or Raw Force to be one of those titles. The actual existing order is something that works really well. And he's also designed a brand new Vinegar Syndrome t-shirt and more. This is going to be massive. And with all this being said, I'm going to move this computer so that we can actually kind of get over here further. So you guys are so close to me. Well, I want you to be close, but I don't want to be scaring you off with the whole idea of. So let's use my. All right. Tell me if you can hear me okay. You'll be able to see the cat tree in the background. There you go. See? That's where my kitty cat goes. Well, where we want her to go, but actually she's right now headed over to the spot that she likes to go in. I do apologize that we haven't gone to the Vinegar Syndrome website tonight. I'm on my StreamYard, and I would like to know your thoughts on being back here on StreamYard. Do you find the video quality as good as when I'm on Ecamm? Do you prefer the Ecamm one? And let me know if the sound, picture, everything, because this is all, in the next few days, I have to make a decision. And I'm thinking of coming in here and doing some more some more stuff. Now, if there's anybody here, by the way, if DJ or anybody that want any of the regular guys are on here, please let me know because there's a reason for that. Hello, Josephine. Welcome. I thought about Faust actually, and Faust. Right, Faust only got an Arrow DVD release. That was part of their Fantastic Films box set, right? And they did it like a separate release for it. But it came up with Beyond Reanimator, and there's Faust, and there's two other films at the time. For those that don't know what Ragnar's talking about, Yasna had it's like a production company, right? Over God, I can't remember the country now, but like that's where Faust was made. That's where Beyond Reanimator was made. That's where a few different titles were made. Faust would really fit the bill in some ways, but in a lot of ways it wouldn't because for what we've seen so far, Faust is not a star-studded picture. So I don't think it's that. Now I could definitely see Faust coming in otherwise. The reason anything about Nintendo. Yeah, I know. Ecamm looks more clear. StreamYard looks fuzzy clear. That's actually kind of disappointing because then again, I never looked in here to check on I should check my settings. Hold on a second. So, oh, no wonder. There we go. Better, guys? Always check your settings before you start a video. Just saying. This should look much clearer because I just went in and I switched it over. And you should actually see more of the screen now. So it's not like really close up on me. It's been a while since I've done StreamYard, but I'm really leaning towards going back to it. Thanks, Alan. Much appreciated. Let me get a little bit situated here. I probably could have stayed over there now that we think about it. Over with the kitty cat. She's right. Let me show you. See? Huh? Right there. That's you. You're adorable. Okay. Now it is a bit better. One of the Fantastic Factory from Spain. Thanks. God, my hair's such a mess. Well, there you go. See, I don't think I feel too handsome right now, especially because I'm not sure. Look, see that right there? I got like a pimple for the first time in a long time. If you, it's drive me like polysporin and alcohol. Just keeping it real on the channel, guys. But God, I wish I could get the screen share to work. Anyway, it's got to be like one of them has to be a big title. Now we know it's not going to be Caligula because that's already been released, which also rules out Showgirls as well. Some people thought Showgirls. Hey, Rourke Waffles, welcome, man. That's what we're trying to decide right now. Hey there, Corey, as well. Because Showgirls also has had like a Blu-ray release. It's had a good release. So it's not going to be Showgirls. It's not going to be Caligula. It kind of brings it down to what titles haven't been released on with big stars, with big stars in it. Now, with the comic book like myth, like kind of like thoughts behind it, is there any movies that haven't been released on Blu-ray or with a good release that might be comic book oriented that could fit in the UHD category? I've been trying to think about that as well. I go back to my old favorite, Punisher 1989, but that doesn't. It's not a star-studded release, so it doesn't fit into there. It's a shame because I love to see them do it. But we've had some guesses on the slasher. Last night, some people guessed Cheerleader Camp. We had another guess as well. I can't remember what the title was right now, but it was kind of like a more. It was definitely both of them were done in like Southern California, so they were both SoCal like type of releases. You do have an Orange Catch, awesome. And Another possibility that's been kind of floated around is a movie called Boarding House. And if you don't, oh, no, sorry, Open House. And if you don't remember that one, it's got Joseph Bottoms, who Kirk Cranston from Santa Barbara, if you know that, or maybe you know him from the movie Blind Date, not the comedy one, but the Nika Mastarakis thriller. And actually has Adrian Barbeau, the beautiful Adrian Barbeau in it as well. It's a fairly tame nudity-wise film, but I can't remember how much slasher-wise it is. But they did say this one was pretty brutal, and it's been a long time since I've seen Open House, so I really don't remember how much of a gore factor we got into that one. Do you know that? What do you think, Lord? What do you think? Do you know? Attack. Um, but that's what I wanted to come in with you guys tonight. I wanted for us to try and kind of like go through this together. And I'm kind of hoping somebody pops in from one of the channels that I would love for it to be like Captain America 1979. I know the one you're talking about because we're looking at you're looking at the red brown one. There was two that were made actually. There was Captain America, and there was a second one was made with Christopher Lee. Now they were put out on DVD only, but it was by Shout Factory. They put them out as a double feature. That will be something I would buy in a second. I'm not sure how the rights issues go with that, but considering that Scream Factory has put out a lot of like ex Shout Factory releases, MGM releases, stuff like that, would surprise me. And though again, it comes to the point of like not having a lot of stars in Cap. But that's the thing with that one. Not a lot of stars in that one. Now it's easier when we look at the Vinegar Syndrome archives, so the VSA titles, and we're pretty sure we know one of those. That's El Santo versus Doctor Death. So that's the early title. Now the other title we could be seeing something maybe Chuck Norrisy, or if it what I want it to be is something Cynthia Rothrock, where she's kind of like in the lead. So I've heard like Sworn to Justice has been thrown out there. The Mallard is back. He is. And let me know what you think of it, by the way, because I'm thinking going back to this. I've used Ecamm for a bit, but if I can get the screen sharing working on here, I definitely want to do this because I want to start bringing some of my friends, some of my other channels that I know and work with, kind of to collaborate with them in some videos in here. And I know right now I can put in like up to 6 people, but if I get like well, if I get professional one takes off the Mallard, and I can actually get up to 10 people in there at the same time, and I want to get a few people in there in the very near future. That's what I want to do. Collaboration is going to be key for ongoing with my channel. So hopefully, fingers crossed that it gets some people that actually can get the right time frame, because it's time schedule, and want to collaborate as well. I know I got to get DJ in here in the very very near future. He's been here for the last few videos, and I got to do my shameless shilling thing, but I'm going to do it the banner way this time. There you go. I don't even have to say a word, but like, share, subscribe, all the type of stuff. There you go. Hi. Shameless shilling done. Yes, Madame will be maybe next year. There's going to be I've heard that I haven't heard of any of the titles, but there's been mention that next year is going to be a banner year for Vinegar Syndrome. And I'll be honest, I thought this year has been a banner year. Hey, they're talking for Vinegar Syndrome. I think a lot of stuff that they put out, I know some people thought like some of it was kind of titles that had been released before, but they put out like not just new versions. They didn't just put out like in a 4K, but they also put out a ton of like really really great stuff, like this year with features and just amazing stuff. Box sets, the MGM re-releases were put out. Noir November. Actually, Narrow Margins are my favorite of all time. Actually, the original Narrow Margin. Tank Girl is a possibility. Tank Girl does have stars on it. Well, relatively, in my opinion, stars. I would love Ragnar. I would love for it to be Tank Girl. Love Lori Petty. Tank Girl is an insane film. It fits in the comic book motif. I'm not sure if it's gotten a good release. If it has, I think it got like the last one that was a Shout release, so didn't it? Doesn't get you excited. I guess the best question to ask, and I don't want to put you on the spot, Pepper. So if you don't feel like answering, you don't have to. But if you do, I'd appreciate it. What doesn't excite you about Vinegar Syndrome right now? Like, is it because of the titles that are right there right now? Is it just like just stuff you're not interested in, or was it the fact that some of them are earlier Scream Factory titles that you might already have? Um, for me, I had like a falling off, like lack of interest in like early Vinegar Syndrome stuff when I was subscribed. I think for me the subscription thing was it was something that I wish I would have got a year before or a year after, because the time that I got it, I was it just wasn't the time they were putting releases that I was really into. This year has been a time that pretty much every month there's been something that I found kind of exciting for there. Shout Factory. I knew somebody put that out. That pretty much knocks that one off the list. So it is a major film, something that they got recently. So it would have been something that I might have had the rights tied up, or the rights, I just wasn't able to do until recently. I'm hoping that after these two action titles from Vinegar Syndrome and the VSAs, we'll start getting maybe an occasional like El Santo, and kind of pair it with the horror title, because we need more horror titles, especially in the VSA line. That's been unfortunately a bit lackluster when it comes to horror. But with the horror that they put out, like Spellcaster, Necromancer, I really enjoyed. Titles man, a subscriber when they first have the service stayed for 2 years. That's the thing. Like if the titles, that's like me. I'm still a huge I'm fan of the company, but when they put out the Cardona collection and then they put out Ebola Syndrome, which maybe your titles, and I was in the minority for those, they just weren't for me. So I felt like, okay, I could support them better by just getting the stuff that I wanted to get, and waiting for sales to buy certain ones, and just buying things when it came out with something that really, really interested me. Like I always bought every year. I bought the October, the Halloween bundle every year. This is the first year, and of course that's because I'm right here in Morocco and in Marrakesh right now, that I don't have the Halloween bundle. By the way, we got to get some wallpaper or something for this area. We are still waiting for paintings and stuff to come, but I'm thinking we need something here to because I hate the fact that it's so white. It's just annoying. I mean, I could easily, I could probably just go over here. Look over there. You can see the shelves, stuff like that, and medications. But I think any Christmas themed horror or adult titles will be on sale for Black Friday. Adult titles, yes. Like anything that's going to be, that's because they're going to go back like 3 to 4 months, and so any of the adult titles before then, they will be on sale. Hey there, Kubrick. I just mentioned at the beginning of this video, by the way, I credited you for sending me the email, and thank you for that. But for when it comes to the to the Christmas horror, like Christmas Evil. So if you don't have Christmas Evil, Josephine, that'll be on sale for sure. I know that one's Vinegar Syndrome title. It's an early Vinegar Syndrome title, but it's really fun. I love that one. Fiona Apple's dad plays a guy that has a mental breakdown and starts killing people that he think have been naughty while dressed up as Santa Claus, and the ending to that one will blow your mind. Just gonna put that out there. And of course, I guess in a way, yeah, Christmas Evil is such a good film, and it's one of those. The first time I saw Christmas Evil, and I got to the end of the film, and everybody, if you've seen it, like don't give away the ending, but if you've seen the ending, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So you get to the end of Christmas Evil, and you're like, "Holy crap! I just watched the most Christmas-oriented horror film possible." Silent Deadly Night, okay. Black Christmas, okay. But Christmas Evil takes it to another level, takes it to another step when it comes to this. I got to put your messages on here so I can actually see them. That way I can take off my glasses. Well, put on my glasses. First, I got to make sure it's turned down. It is such a good film. I mean, like people that haven't seen Christmas Evil, Um, Definitely check it out. I want to thank everybody that's watching, everybody that's liked the video. To I really do appreciate that, because it's the fact that you guys came in here and then spent some to spend some time with me, even though I can't get my screen share working. I extremely appreciate that. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Sworn to Justice as the title. Like, I think we could really get some Rothrock, like finally get like a Rothrock like starring vehicle. I know I keep saying this for everyone, but I think we're finally going to get it, and I'm super stoked about that. The El Santa one, I mentioned it to my better half. She was extremely excited. She's a huge fan of El Santo, like a huge fan. I don't think there's any bigger fan of El Santo. Oh, really? Tried to screen cap, and some of the caps were blurred or black, but it must have been the early, like the way they kind of trying to stop people from what's the word I'm looking for? To I guess pirating back then. Recently picked up transfers for. I love transfers. Now there's another thing. There's something to think about, Pepper. Thanks you for that. Actually, they're saying comic books, and what company is the epitome of comic books in a movie stadium without being an actual Marvel or DC type, more than Full Moon Pictures. Full Moon literally, like, they're run by Charles Band, who is an incredible comic book aficionado. He has taken his studio and his films, especially in the early years, like the transfer years, and stuff like that, um, and they're and basically did it in a comic book way. His his marquee franchise, uh, Restream. I didn't it didn't work too well for me on here. I'm using a MacBook, so it's more limited in my streaming options. But now that I've re got Chrome, it's opened up StreamYard again for me. But thank you. Um, but with all the Puppet Master films that are out there, and the Transfers films and the Subspecies movies that he put out there, and the fact that we kind of did get some, not Full Moon really, but Empire Picture stuff with things like Necromancer. Sorry, with Spellcaster. Maybe Full Moon. We've had a lot of trauma. Maybe Full Moon could be a possibility. Oh, really? I remember when he bought the castle, because he used to show it on all those Full Moon video zones, and he started making a ton of movies with that, like where the castle was at, because basically it was, labor was cheaper there. He had a castle. We can make a bunch of films, and got Castle Freak. We got a whole bunch of castle films. Subspecies was done there. Hey, Trash, welcome, man. Yeah, don't open to Christmas. It's a little bit too new for the sale. Some of the transfer films actually have some, I guess, would you consider minor celebrities? I would consider them celebrities anyway. Like, guys, Transfers 3 actually has Andrew Robinson from Hellraiser, and of course Dirty Harry. Uh, you're in Ohio, okay? I I wrote for a company out of there once. I don't think they're in anymore, but they used to call Twisted Gate. They used to write, like, they used to have comic books, and they wanted to do films, and I actually wrote some films for them. A wish list of trauma titles: Evil Clutch, Bugged, Bloodspell, Boy from Hell. I mean, as long as you don't start putting them on VSAs again, like, I'm still like, I know you're a big fan, EH, but you know, the America one just didn't sit right for me on as a VSA. As a regular title, yes, but as a VSA, I really didn't. Get excited for Ring that could get the rights to some out of print sci-fi releases. Dolls is a fantastic one. I have the original Scream Factory edition of that one. It came out in 2014, Pepper, and I actually named it on this channel, and you probably were watching back then, as the single Blu-ray release of the year. So to see if a 4K dolls came out, I would definitely upgrade to that one. From Beyond's another fantastic title. Lady in White is another great one. Yeah, Trauma's America. I hated that. I didn't buy it, and I just didn't want to. Like maybe it's fantastic, but I remember not liking it like when I initially saw it, and it wasn't one where I felt like sometimes you're like, okay, I got to give this movie another chance. Maybe down the road if Fortress America goes on really cheap, it's like a $5 or something like that. I'll try it. But it was the VSA that kind of like made me step back a bit, because I have like a few of the VSAs in my collection. When it comes to the stuff that's going on, the El Santo one, I'm hoping, oh God, VSA with El Santo with a good El Santo poster. He does infatuation with dolls. You got Ooga Booga, a million Puppet Master movies. Uh, what's the toy one's called again? I actually remember Wars. I didn't mind that. I've met Lloyd actually at a convention, and I'm actually a huge fan of some of the trauma stuff. Uh, this is not going to be like we're not going to get like no, there's no big stars on it. But I thought about it for a second. Oh, demonic ties. Thank you. um, don't 13 inches with attitude. I remember that. But we're not going to get like Toxie, are we? Because like it fits as a superhero. It doesn't fit uh, as a as something that has a bunch of stars in it, though. But it would definitely fit under the comic book range. The fact that they're starting to do some comic book like alternate slipcovers makes me think that we could be getting more. If it's comic book, I'm not sure if we're going to get horror, but we may get some more action or sci-fi oriented slipcovers, and I'm okay with that. But I would love some like horror comic stuff. The remake Toxic, I know it's been filming. I might already be filmed, so it should be coming out depending on like the scheduling. I thought fairly soon. That's the one with Peter Dinklage, right from Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure is in the new Toxic Avenger film. Ghoulies 3 and 4. The, as long as you don't say Ghoulies 1 and 2, because 2 is pretty good. I've got Ghoulies 1 and 2, and I'll be honest with you, Ghoulies 1 is like aside from Mariska Haggerty, uh, like being in the film, it's not that great a movie. I apologize, Ragnar. I have to take a drink. Hmm. But on StreamYard, I can mute myself. uh, I was like many people of my age and time period. I totally was in love with Mariska Haggerty. I remember her episode of the series, or episode Freddy's Nightmares. She was actually in that show. Because it was shot in Vancouver. She's a Canadian. She's a lot of Canadian shows are in there, and she she was in, of course, Law and Order SVU, which is she's in now, and she's in Ghoulies. And I remember like hearing that Mariska Haggerty was in Ghoulies, being completely excited about that. Actually, I wouldn't be. If it was barbed wire, I would be so stoked, Matthew, because I might be the only one, but I'm a huge fan of that movie. Fellow Canadian Pamela Anderson stars in it, and we're talking about peak Pamela Anderson. Mwah. And it's literally it's Casablanca. It's I remember buying the comics when they came out. Basically the way they had it done was there was a comic. I think there was Barbed Wire, and there's one called Ghosts, I think, and there's one called X. They're all like different cities. Uh, but so like in the comic, it kept bringing up this like kind of this comic universe, and the first like issues were I think were 16 pages each with kind of a hard stock. Now, if I'm getting something wrong, let me know. Kind of a hard stock cover that actually felt like it was glossy, but it felt kind of cheap. But it was only I think it was only like 99 cents or something like that for those. But I would love for it to barbed wire. People probably shoot me for saying it, especially if it becomes true. And but you know that is a day one like buy for me. Like barbed wire would be an automatic buy. Forbidden Plan's a great movie. Doesn't fit noir in November, but it's one that fits. It's just a good movie. But it is. I mean, like actually, no. Barbed Wire's got some. Doesn't it start off with kind of a? Is Barbed Wire the one that starts off? And let me correct me if I'm wrong, because isn't there an uncut version? Uh, it is. 77 is the perfect size. Like we couldn't fit a 77 in, like with the way that it's done right here, so we had to go for 65. My Hin's parents actually have a 77, and it's fantastic, wonderful size. I think that Barbed Wire is one of those movies, Matthew, that would actually benefit from something like this. I could see people like much in the way people hated like Showgirls and they hated like a bunch of other films that we now see them now are getting kind of a reappraisal. And if freaking Champagne and Bullets can come out and Ebola Syndrome, that like Barbed Wire is much better than both those films. Um, Tank Girl, I like Barbed Wire. I like either one of those titles would be fantastic. That's what we're trying to figure out now, Chris. The secret titles. That's the big thing. We do know El Santo and Doctor versus Doctor Death. That's one of the VSA titles. There is a back and forth between whether we're getting a Chuck Norris movie or we're getting a Cynthia Rothrock movie, and a lot of people think it's going to be something like Sworn to Justice, because I'm pretty sure the uncut versions of Barbed Wire like literally starts off with a pretty raunchy sequence, like her. I'm not sure she's dancing or on a swing. It's unique. Oh, but I can't remember that scene. And yeah, so there's a more of an uncut version, and it's a fun little film, and it might fit too when you really think about it. Like like aside from Pam, there were some stars in Barbed Wire, if I remember correctly. Good. If that's the one that it turns out to be, like credit to you right now because uh, damn, that's pretty. That's some out of the box thinking. So we got Pamela Anderson in this one. Xander Berkeley. I'm not sure if he's like a big star, but I like him. Tony Bill is in it. Clint Howard, the great Clint Howard. Uda Kier. Tony Tony Lister. Yeah, there's some. Steve Rails back. Victoria Rowell is in it, and yeah, there's definitely some people in there. That's a possibility, man. The late Nicholas Worth. Champagne. It was fun. I mean, like my better half is waiting to watch Champagne Bowl, so I watched that with my cousin, and we had a blast. But still, we cringed. Like there's sometimes I'm watching a movie, and I'm like, it's fantastic, it's fine. Then there's other times when it's cringeworthy. Um, Showgirls is a masterpiece, but it's already gotten too many good releases. That's the thing. Is it way too many good releases for Showgirls for that to come out again? And like I've seen, I could have bought like a Showgirls edition with glasses, like kind of shot glasses. And I got three editions. Sinful Cinema from Umbrella put out a really good edition of Showgirls. Oh yeah, the glass. Yeah, to nobody. Basically, he's in bed, which is kind of creepy when you think about it. So like he's in bed there, and he puts his hands glass over to I guess the guy in the set. But it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to get a Cynthia Rothrock. I think Sworn to Justice. I would love a Lady Dragon double feature, but I don't see that coming this time around. I like the Lady Dragon films. I like the China O'Brien too. I really like those. I would love to see China O'Brien come out from Vincent. I'm. It still kills me that what's his name? The guy that makes those insane movies. Um, you guys don't know him. And it's, oh God, I got named on the tip of my tongue. I can't believe you commit suicide. I can't believe it. Did you like Shot? Like remember like it was a it was kind of a student film, which kind of blew my mind actually. My wife's a showgirl. What costume would she wear? I don't know. I don't think she would be a showgirl. It's just not kind of her, not her thing. But it would be extravagantly cool. Neil Breen, thank you, Luke. Yeah, I would kill the to like take into consideration Kubrick, like who did it and how it was done, like that the limitations on it, and that's one of the things that blows my mind about it. I would kill to see Neil Breen like films on Vinegar Syndrome. Up. Instant buys, instant day one buys from me. Me too. I love the box sets that are done. Vinegar Syndrome puts out a lot of really good box sets. When they put out a box set, Gleaming, you're pretty much assured it's going to be something that's pretty stunningly done. 8 disc media book release stuff. I did see that actually. Um, Vinegar Syndrome was partnered before with other countries. I remember after Vice Academy when out of print here in North America. I think they partnered with a company in France, if I'm correct, and they put up the Vice Academy trilogy. I still want Vice Academy like the 4 to 6. I'm still waiting for that. I know Michael is not a huge fan, but I'm still waiting on that one. And Michael's working on Death on his film, so make sure you check that out on his channel, Michael Keane. I see. As much as like there's as nice as the 8 disc media book is, I got the thriller one that I need, and it's got the color one eye. So that's I can't double dip on thriller. Although I do love the actress, and normally, guys, I would show you that, but I would literally have to shut down and start up again, and I'm not doing that again tonight. That was already something that happened there. One thing I'd got to say is that I'm not sure if you guys like or hate it, but I love the fact that I am shooting this on my MacBook Air because of that. Like literally, I can literally hold this up with my hand. More than likely, probably if the work he probably Michael Keane, like, is a filmmaker, and he's done editing for channels as well. I know that he worked for a while for Screen Rant, and he's an independent filmmaker, so he probably shot some stuff. Maybe did some. I don't know, like because I never got to ask him about it. But he probably either shot some stuff or did an interview or something along there. He's really good at stuff like that. So Michael's got to watch really when it comes to like especially when it comes to his films and stuff like that. A few frames of me froze for a second. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. No Resistance and Red Spirit Lake and their Saturn Core partner releases. I'm I like the first Saturn Core release that came. It was a documentary, and I want to get more because I like shot and video stuff. And for those that didn't pick it up yet or didn't haven't ordered it, you can still order it. I think you just won't have your name, the credits and stuff. But I ordered In Search of Darkness 3 uh, for um, for Christmas, and I think if you buy it, like the physical release comes out in January, but the digital gets sent to you on it's like later in late November. At, I'm keeping that on my side so far. I haven't seen the freezes, but I do appreciate it. So if you see stuff, let me know. If you're sending them at a restaurant, what type of food would they serve? I would I'm not going to say fast food or junk food type stuff, but I would say like themed stuff, like um, definitely some pasta. There's going to be some pasta there. There's going to be some like chili dogs, stuff like that. Mail order murder. That's actually pretty good. I really like the documentary Mail order murder. Some people thought it could have been a bit tighter in the editing of it, but I we enjoyed it. Me and my better half really liked it. We're big like documentary fans. We watch a lot of documentaries. No, she'll watch more of the of this type. She's like I watched Orgasm Incorporated on Netflix yesterday. I knew I was going to watch that on my own because that's way too stressful for her. And if you haven't seen the documentary, um, I'm gonna say right now, like if you ever seen like the Nexium documentaries and stuff like that, I'm gonna put you like this. Nexium looks like Boy Scouts next to the group from Orgasm Incorporated. If you ever watch the documentary, it is disturbing. I have a Nintendo 3DS, a Nintendo. Well, I got a Nintendo 3DS. I got a Game Boy. I got a DSi. I've got a Game Boy Advance, and I've got another one too. I can't remember this. I collect uh, classic consoles. Kung Pao chicken. I can see that. Actually, swordfish. I'm not. See. That's the thing. I think you do like the theme it based on like different things. So if you wanted to get like raw, you want to watch Force. You want to get the Raw Force special. Like maybe you get like some sushi, for instance, for Raw Force, so some Kung Pao chicken, right? And if it's one of the giallos, then it's your it's your spaghetti or your pasta primavera or something along that line. If it's some of the shot on video stuff or the homegrown horrors, then you're looking at like maybe a chili dog or some mac and cheese. I love this question, by the way. This is the out of the box type of questions that I enjoy. And if you're a patron member, be there the next time that my spouse is on. She would have loved this question. Um, because we did a live video, and we didn't have a lot of people come in, but it was kind of like on the it was done like pretty quickly. We had only one person actually was Emily was actually talking for the entire video, which was fantastic because it kind of gave give and take. But she'll be on again if we get enough likes and comments and stuff like that. Shatter Dead. I haven't. I think I've seen it. I don't have the new Blu-ray edition of it. Hey, sweetie, you tired? Um, did you give any information but the start to the Sleaze Fest? Actually, Zombie, I'll read it out for you right now because I got it right here. I got the email right here, and not a lot of information, but maybe if I read it to you, you'll be able to kind of figure something out. Let's find out, huh? Be sure to wow with the UHD and Blu-ray debut of a big budget, star-studded spectacular that's about as trashy and outrageous as they come. What makes this release even more exciting is a discovery made a mere weeks before manufacturing. It was so major that we stopped everything we were doing and hit reset. So, think about that. So they stopped everything they did and hit reset. A discovery that they made. Do you know what that makes me think? It makes me think that they found an alternate cut, thought lost, deleted footage of the film. So mull over that in your minds for a moment. Is that what you get out of that? Because that's what I get out of that. Hoping I froze right now. Actually, I'm not. No, perfect. Fiction movie restaurant I want to eat at. The one at Reservoir Dogs, so I could beat the crap out of out of Steve Buscemi's character for not wanting to tip. Um, I know people that have worked in the food industry, and I know people like Buscemi's character and Reservoir Dogs, and definitely kick their ass, kick their asses. Um, But one of the people. Oh, quick aside, and we'll get back. One of the people that's coming. So for those that don't know, the Marrakesh Film Festival is coming up. I've got my badge for it. I like pink flamingos. It's different. We'll give it that. It's different. That's coming to the Marrakesh Film Festival is well, there's Jeremy Irons and Julie Delphi, and this may kind of excite some of you guys over there, if you're fans and you know who this is. But in conversation is her right here. Scorsese's not here this year. So for those that don't know, this is the director and writer of the movie Ra and the movie Titan. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Um, so she's kind of like, although you would look at, she's like, for me, like this type of stuff she's put out has been pretty much hair apparent to Cronenberg, and I'm really hoping that I can get into that one. It's going to depend on how many people are there, but she's going to have a conversation, so that should be really interesting. Jim Jarmusch is going to be there as well, and I think her and Jim Jarmusch are there on the same day. So if I can get to see them two, like actually talking about like the art of filmmaking, then I don't care for what movies I see. Like if I pop in to see a movie or two, fantastic. I'll go see one or two of the things. I'll go by myself for a couple of them because my better half sees one. She's got to fly out to France next week, so I'm just gonna be here on my own. So that'll be at the end of the festival. So I'm hoping to go probably see Marlowe and a couple other titles. Kozlowski. White is a fantastic. Well, the Three Colors trilogy, man, is great. Hey there, Stand Silence. Welcome. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract from that. I just got excited about that again. My better half is trying to. She she's meaning well. Basically, she's trying to get me to go get my butt out and do things in Morocco on my own, so that I get used to doing stuff. Um, and I think that's kind of like she's moving away from going to a lot of the film festival stuff with me, and that, and in a very selfless way. Hey Neil, welcome, man. Well, there's certain things, of course, like there's certain like I like a lot of the foods here. You know, a lot easier. There's a lot more options for me, uh, and I didn't think there would be. But there's certain things that I definitely miss. I miss my Tim Hortons. Like there's a Starbucks nearby, so I can just walk up to Starbucks, no problem there. But I do miss my Tim Hortons like coffee and my Tim Hortons like French vanilla cap stuff like that. Hey there, Brian. Welcome, man. And I miss actually shopping for like physical media. I did find a Virgin like a store here that had like, Virgin Mega store that had a little tiny bit stuff left over. It was only stuff left over there. And I think, did I show that on my regular channel? I know I showed it on my Patreon channel. Did I show you guys the stuff that I got in the Virgin store? Because if I didn't, I can actually show you that here in a second. Not a problem. I'll just bring you over there. And I know the internet's probably a little bit like more solid over there. I'm moving around the house a bit. That's probably why we're getting some frozen stuff. See, I went to Dunkin'. I like some things in Dunkin'. One of the killer parts for me, Zombie, is it's so freaking sweet. Uh, like your Dunkin' Donuts is so sweet. It's like we're not talking like a little bit sweet. We're talking like super sweet. Because I didn't mean to show you guys, so I do apologize. All right, so when I go over there, what I do is, so my better half bought me this, one of these to put this on, and I'm going to have to turn on the light. So just give me a second. So sorry about that. There was, for some odd reason, I'm having some issue with the Wi-Fi tonight, which is really weird for here. I may have to get somebody in to look at this. Let me check something. So, huh, well, back at Virgin Megastore. Hey there, Steve. Welcome, man. I will never stop wearing the Clockwork Orange shirt, Kubrick. I just love this film so much. But yeah, for a few seconds there, guys, just to let you know, one of the reasons that seemed to be freezing up is that I only had one bar of internet stat like service right there. But not like a ton of big stuff, but I'll show you guys anyway. So I picked up this, which I thought was FBI, the Julian McMahon series, because I haven't watched that, except for like maybe an episode here or there. But actually, it's that show, Missing Persons. Oh, I always miss out on your quote sometimes. Staff pick sale at Vinegar coupon code. Ooh. I got to look at that actually because I saw that there and I didn't know if that was for everybody or if that was just for certain people. But if it's 20% off the staff picks, then I bought from staff picks before. I got some great like Blue Underground 4Ks there, Neil. I got no, this is in English, by the way. Everything here is in English too. So this is Missing Persons, the Anthony LaPaglia Papi Montgomery show. Don't worry, there's some more. I actually bought a, don't judge me, I bought a CD. And just because I like this artist and I like some songs on here. And I bought this one here from Jessie J. She's an English artist, I think. And this has Bang Bang, some other songs on here, but I know I did not just buy it for the super attractive looking cover. I'm going to leave the horse stuff for last. But I did pick up, I'm sure you guys will like this one. If it's for everyone, coupon staff picks 20. Is that on the go now? Without a trace. Thank you. That's what I do mean. That is what I mean, actually. This, of course, is the classic movie Vertigo. And I do already own Vertigo, but this was literally $1. Actually, probably less than $1. I'm going to check that out in a second. I'm actually going to mention that. So great stuff there. I got him picked up a 3D shark movie, Jacques Cousteau's shark movie. And the rest are horror releases of varying quality. And one is a movie called Carver, which I think I've seen, but I don't remember and I don't own it. And for like less than $1, I picked it up. And this one here, if you've seen these movies, by the way, let me know because I haven't watched these in a while. I got Husk here, a Scarecrow film. Kind of remember this one, not really. And last but not least, because I really like this cover, I do own I think I had this on DVD. Don't have this on Blu-ray. But this is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. Now, the cover that I have for this has kind of it's got a slip cover on it. And when you take it off, there's like kind of a stitched kind of face type thing, like the face kind of close up. But I like this really kind of different one. Anybody like any of these? Or has anyone ever seen this cover before? But I like this one better than the other one, than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake with just Jessica Biel. This one has Jordana Brewster, and I really like this. Yep. Most people did. I'm in the minority, and being one of the people that's kind of just okay on the fence with Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. But I actually found this one better, and I didn't think I was gonna like that at all. That might help. So let's check out that sale thing. Um, I wish I could put it on here. I do apologize. My screen sharing thing I has not set up, and I apparently have to do some things to set up that would actually. Uh, Arlie Army is fantastic. Let's break open the Vinegar Syndrome. So where was the code thing mentioned at? I'm going to go to Vinegar Syndrome's website, see if it's there. I know I saw it somewhere. Was that in the email? So let's go to the staff picks. Already in the email list. So let's go to all staff picks. If that's the case, I'm sure there's some staff picks that are going to go out of stock real quick tonight. Oh, here we go. You're right. It's at the bottom of the email. In anticipation of some of our major and exciting changes and additions coming to the Vinegar Syndrome site in 2023, including new product categories, and pages, we'll be closing down the staff pick section as each title sells out. Be removed from the site and to help pique your interest in trying out a film or two from our friends at the many wonderful labels that participated over the years. We're offering a special 20% off coupon good for any and every staff pick title. The discount code is StaffPicks20. So does StaffPicks20? Yes, I got it right here, and I thanked you at the beginning of the video, but you weren't here. This is intriguing, and the reason being, like especially for me, I want to change the money over down to Canadian dollars, is because recently my mom's asked me what I want for Christmas, and there may be some good options here. So I do apologize that I can't bring up my screen. Hey there, Brian Goes Blue. Welcome, man. I've watched your channel recently, by the way, just so you know. 9 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, with varying degrees of quality, but I've enjoyed them all, even the crazy ones. But even like the Leatherface one, for what it was worth. Okay, so there's 84 products here in their staff picks. And did you see this, Brian Goes Blue? There's the staff picks are 20% off with the staff picks 20 code right now. So I'm going to give some recommendations. Hey, there's in Arcadia. Well, we've been going on here for a while talking about the Vinegar Syndrome secret titles. I just recently found out that the staff picks thing is live, so you can actually get 20% off Vinegar Syndrome staff picks titles because that is being closed down in the new year. Titles that include ones like Hail to the Devil from Mon Macabro. I definitely recommend that one. That's a really good Point Ashley title. Make sure if you unbox it, you don't unbox it around kids because it's got a pretty raunchy cover on it. It's a pretty nice cover though. We got the Blue Underground Two Evil Eyes 4K UHD here. I'm going to put one of these into a cart, and I want to make sure that it works for me. And when I say there's not a lot left, I mean that basically means that there's literally just left the it's like there's 18 left for Two Evil Eyes. Yeah, step picks are normally never on sale. They're getting rid of the step picks altogether. They're changing stuff up. So basically, right now, these staff pick titles are not just going on sale. It's massive. I'll make sure I got it right here. I think it's at my iCloud one. I've got so many emails right now for work purposes and stuff like that. Okay, let's see if I got it right, because I want to be able to do this. Well, they're going to be changing it up, or there's going to be some new categories there. So this is the last of their staff picks. Get down, you silly cat. Um, let's see if I actually get it come through. Because there's a ton of great titles, and they don't have like a ton of so where I'm looking for. I think into my junk mail. It should not have gone to my junk mail. Didn't. While we're waiting for that to go through, let me just go back to the picks, because there's some great stuff. I mean, like some really really great stuff here. We got like the Maniac Cops 2 and 3. A staff pick stand and silence. Basically, that means it is titles that are upon the Vinegar website that they don't own. That's not a partner label. Like companies like Mon Macabre, Blue Underground, like Cult Epics, all have stuff on there now. Yeah, I got the email. I'm just waiting to get the email to come through for my stupid. I'm trying to get this to log in, and it's not working for me. Yeah, like a movie recommend. Think of like Blockbuster, like when you went Blockbuster in the day, or your local mom and pop shop that actually had people. Uh, Not used movies, just like movies from other companies. Now they may have used movies in their archives though, because this is pissing me off. Because I would have my. This really pisses me off. I apologize, because I want to get to the staff picks. Come on, work for me. Can anybody check the staff picks to see if the just like make a mock order up just to make sure that the code's working? I think Neil said he tried it though, like it worked for him. You know, it'd be freaking awesome if Vinegar Syndrome actually, when you sent off like something, um, and said you needed to reset your password, it worked. So let's go back to staff picks. We're going to try this again. So companies basically there are Blue Underground, Caught Epics, Grindhouse Releasing, Mon Macabre, Monovision. So a lot of great stuff, but limited. I purchased 2 films. What did you purchase, by the way, if you don't mind me asking? So what we got here, what looks like we have here, is definitely a recommendation for the Blue Underground titles like Maniac Cop 3, Maniac Cop 2 on 4K. Sins of the Flesh isn't a bad title either, so that's a pretty good. Hunting Grounds, I like Hunting Ground. Blue Underground's Vigilante, that one's sold out. Unfortunately, that's one I would have bought. So I'm kind of disappointed on that. Killer Dolls is here. That's a pretty cool title. Queens of Evil is really good. So if you got uh, the other edition of if you got the other edition of what's the one I'm looking at? Something all Hauntsby Hours. If you got all Hauntsby Hours and you like the folk horror type stuff, then you're definitely want to have. Perfect. Thank you, Broncos Blue. I then definitely want to get that because it definitely fits along in the in kind of the folk horror style. We got things on here like Devil's Nightmare, another great title. Blood Ceremony, I really like that one as well. Call of Duty Obsessions. There's one that kind of flies on the radar for a lot of people. If you haven't seen the movie Obsessions, it was part of a box set that was put a set that was put up by Call Epics. There was four in total, but Obsessions really stood out, and Obsessions stood out for a couple of reasons. It was the only kind of Giallo-esque title in the set, and it's very different. It's got a It's extremely well done, and Bernard Herrmann does the score for it. I think it was Scorsese worked. Yeah, yes, Martin Scorsese worked on like did some of the dialogue for Obsessions as well, and it's kind of in a weird way, it's kind of a Hitchcock esque style of film, which makes sense for Bernard Herrmann, Scorsese working on it. It's the one there on the if you go to the Vinegar Syndrome staff picks, it's from Cult Epics, and I found a really the ending really surprised the hell out of me. And I'm going to bring it up here on my iPad and I'll actually show you the cover of it. Come on, give me a big. So there you go. Co-written by Martin Scorsese, music by Bernard Herrmann. I wouldn't say co-written really, like he did like some dialogue aspects for it. Deathbed is here. Camille 2000, I actually like that one. It's more of a softcore type film. Uh, Score is here. The uncensored version. P.O. Box, Tinto Brass. That's actually not a bad title. Necromantic is sold out already from Call Epics, but Necromantic 2 is still available if you're looking for that. Death Laid an Egg with Gina Lollobrigida is here from Call Epics as well. Some great little titles here like The Lift and, of course, Amsterdam, a wonderful little film there. And Down. Actually, she got The Lift and Down. So we got both versions of the Dick Moss film here on the here as well. Dangerous Cargo with Deborah Shelton. The gorgeous Deborah Shelton's here. The Fox with the Velvet Tail is a different kind of a lower key giallo, but actually not a bad one. The Beast and the Magic Sword is a kind of really fun, like a Ponashi film that he shot over there in Japan. Santanico Pandemonium, and yes, the character from the that is she is named after this movie. The character from from Dusk Till Dawn is named after this movie. If you don't have it, then the two like strong recommendations, going to put it there right now, is A Lizard in a Woman's Skin from Lucio Fulci. If you don't have that one, pick that up immediately, especially at 20% off, and the sale and the prices are already fantastic. And An Ideal Place to Kill, otherwise known as Oasis of Fear, are two that I will say right now that definitely wants to pick up. We got Grinders releasing releases like in American Hippie in Israel. God, and the tough ones. I got to get my allergy pills and get them. Like yesterday, was supposed to pick them up and I didn't get them. The Living Corpse is here. So the Living Corpse is actually out of print from Auto Macabre. You can't buy it. So let's just see if it's still there. So for those who know, Living Corpse is also called Pakistani Dracula, or basically Dracula in Pakistan. I didn't make up the title, so here it is right here. I did talk about him actually on my last video. Unfortunately, that video got deleted, claiming because it was having issues with the system. But this is out of print. This is an out of print title right now. If you go to Mono Macabre, it is no longer there. You don't have it to sell anymore. But it is right here. And it's actually a decent, if you like the Hammer style Dracula stuff, it's actually a really good one. I'm going to check something. I will be right back and we'll look at more of these titles because there's some great stuff here. And thank you, Cuber. Not gonna lie, I kind of had to pull my nose. My spouse is only comes on videos most of the time when it's either a very special occasion or we're basically on to some of my Patreon streams. Somebody actually had the nerve to say, "Lock me on a paywall." I've done over 1,000. I've done over 2,000 videos. um, Unfortunately, Pieces already sorted out. I would recommend that one. I'm definitely going to give recommendations. Mystics and Valley. There's some. That's a really kind of insane film, but I love it. Um, Girl Slaves of Morgan Le Fay. I think that's out of print from Macabre too. I'd have to check that one out though. Get Mean's a really good release. Actually, a good price for this one too. Anthony, Tony. They say Tony Anthony, but it's Anthony Stefan. Hey, I'm trying it. Um, have you looked at this, DJ? So right now, as of this moment, over 2,000 actually, over 2,000, but not over 9,000. Vinegar Cinema has a sale going on right now. If you look to their staff picks, staff picks 20 gives you 20% off staff picks. Good, because Pieces is one to get. We got Get Mean here, which I just mentioned. The Big Gun Down is actually a really good release. I'd love to have this one. Man, my better half's already asleep, so I'm not getting anything right now, unfortunately, because we choose things together. It's a 4-disc set too, 2 Blu-rays, a DVD, and a soundtrack. It's Grinders releasing one. Anybody want to buy me Leave and Cleaves? The Big Gun Down. We got like some great stuff here. Blood Spider Bride from On Macabre's here. How many are left on Blood Spider Bride? It's a good one too. 16 left, guys. 16 left. Monovision stuff here. Monovision does such great stuff. Their releases just look amazing. If you've ever seen like Monovision's version of Possession, so it's a beautiful, beautiful version of the film. But we'll pick one right here, just a random one. And this is L'Amour Braque. And I'm not sure if you can tell or not, but they do these like kind of these thick box, like really nice releases. Death Dream is here. I don't own Death Dream either. Shit. I gotta save my mom's up. She wants what to give me for Christmas. There's some stuff right here. This Death Dream was put out by Bob Clark, the guy that did Black Christmas, the original 1974 Black Christmas, and it is a fantastic little title. Kind of think almost like a monkey's paw type of thing. Unfortunately, Necromantic is sold out here right now, man. Oh, The Swimmer, the original edition of The Swimmer is here. Corruption by Grinders releasing. Corruption is a film Peter Cushing did, and it was Grinders said, I got this edition. It's a great edition of the film, and so it's a very different thing. Hey there, Evan, welcome, man. Of Peter. So one of the cool things with this, if you buy this release, so you see this right here. This is the cover for Corruption, and it's got a reverse artwork. So I'm not even joking. So you see this here, this right here. So if you buy this release and you open it up and you turn it around, this is the clothed like artwork. There is a the artwork on the other side of it is like she's nude on the other on the other side. I could make stuff to try. Synapse did a few of those too with some of their Hammer releases. 2-disc edition has the original version of the film and the international version as well. There's only 31 left for Corruption. Yep, that's the same guy, Alan. Christmas Story, Bob Clark. Because God did Christmas Story, also did Black Christmas and Murder by Decree and Death Dream and Baby Geniuses. So he's did a lot of. He doesn't like to stick in one genre. Who Can Kill a Child looks like that one sold out, unfortunately. Grunge Racing put out a really good edition of I Drink Your Blood, and it has 2 films on it. It's basically I Drink Your Blood and I Eat Your Flesh. I Drink Your Blood is the best one of the 2, I think, if it's one I remember. Because I think that's one of the first ones that Lynn Laurie she's like pretty. She's mute or she doesn't talk, but she's in it. Madame Macabre Symptoms is here. A Perversion Story, aka One on Top of Another fantastic little giallo's here. Deathline, The Fan, a definite recommendation on The Fan, a really good little title from Madame Macabre. Only 5 left in stock. I can see why, because this has been always been a popular buy. I remember getting this one. This this is so well done. Such a great film. And if you don't know anything about it, like definitely like don't read anything on it. Like just go in to it. And the feature wise on here too. You get like different stuff on here as well. And it finishes off with The Devil Incarnate, another Paul Naschy film. It is really good. And of course, Burt Lancaster's The Swimmer is here, which is a fantastic title. And if you're a cannibal person, or you want to, definitely get in on this one fast, because Umberto Lindsay's Cannibal Ferox, the Grindhouse releasing edition of it, is on sale. Look at this. Peter Billingsley? I don't think so. He could have, William. Not that I remember. I know he did like he was in. God, I have it. But it's not by Bob Clark. But he did a horror film with Paul Matt actually. And that this one here, this Cannibal Ferox one, includes the Eaten Alive documentary. So the rise and fall of the Italian cannibal film, an all new feature length documentary, was on it at the time. Okay, glossy 12-page booklet, bonus CD. I would kill to get some of this here Grindhouse releasing. I'm a huge Grindhouse releasing fan, and it's something that I wish I had more of in my collection. I got their copy of their movie Pieces. I picked up the original edition of Swimmer because I'm a huge Burt Lancaster fan. That's just, this is like the cherry on top of the cake when it comes to and honestly, when it comes to this video and making this video right now, is that I came in here to talk to you guys about the secret titles. And we've El Santo versus Dr. Death, we know that one. Zach, what was the Freddy versus Jason? You are correct. Have I seen Anthropopicus? I have. I pronounce it wrong all the time. I like Absurd better though. I mean, it's not bad. George Eastman is, I like George Eastman a lot. He's a much smarter guy than he plays on in film a lot. Like he's written a lot of the scripts and a lot of the dialogue for a lot of the films that he's been in. Absurds with Edward Purdue and him stands up a bit better, in my opinion. I think and Anthropicus, however it's pronounced, gets more across on like shock value, where Absurd has a bit more of a better story. The Fan is a craze. Don't give away anything for that one right now. But it is a super craze. There's so many movies named The Fan that me and my better have talked about it, just to differentiate it, because it is a German film. We'll say Der Fan. That's how we did. That's how we like kind of differentiate from the other ones. And it is such a good release. So anybody that picks it up is going to be like. You even got like a AGFA film here, The God Monster on Indian Flats. Let me get a drink, if you don't mind, because this is, and in the world of like of this type of stuff, I honestly do consider this to be along the lines of breaking news. It looks like Maniac Cop 2, the 4K UHD, has sold out since we got on here. And Deathbed, The Bed That Eats, has sold out as well. Hopefully we're going to get some people buying Obsessions. And I might actually seriously have to contact my mom. I'm not even joking about this, because there's some good stuff on here, and there's a couple things that I would really like to have. So let me just get my drink, and because I don't want to lose my voice. It is amazing. Like, and the Fan, by the way, guys, The Fan is one of those movies which you kind of think you know where it's going, and then when it gets to near the end of the film, and you're like, holy crap, I can't believe it went there. I'm back. The German oh, do you really? I have again Schweppes lemon from it's a UK import. When I first got here, I found Schweppes cola, which was really freaking good actually. But I haven't found it since, and I found a cola that's been as good. So we're a little ASMR for you guys, or maybe make some of you want to go to the washroom. The type of foods, actually, a lot of the type of stuff you'd think of, aside from maybe their occasional tagine. A lot of stuff that I ate over there. I had some fries tonight. When I want a snack, I make some mini pizzas just to make sure that uh, I'm thinking of you, Ragnar. I'm just there. You go. See, I'm muted. And I am not going to lie. Right now, we are around $12 away from reaching our goal right now, so that we will actually get some money for our Google AdSense. So if anybody wants to help with that, wants to super chat, would truly love it. And pick stiff competition on the it's really like this year it's been as it's friendly competition, I think, stand in silence, but this has been a big year. I was pretty sure exotic cuisine, right? That this was going to be one of those years for where basically vinegar syndrome just had it. I don't think I've tried iron brew soda, but I would definitely try it. I'm definitely a soda aficionado. Got to check something here because okay. Just a second there. I'm not quite sure if he's still here or not, but I sent somebody a possibility of a link, but I think he's gone. Which is too bad. Anywho, this sale has been surprising. It came about all of a sudden. I'm still unsure of when it comes to the the movie that has a mega superstars in it. And if anybody can think of what that is, um, definitely like let me know, because I tell you right now, I'm my mind's blown on what it could be. I'm checking here to see what else is, if anything else is sold out. Um, so we're still good with around 28 copies of Obsession left. So I think some people have bought, I think it was 31 before, so at least two of those have sold out. We're going to go through this again. I want to make sure Necromantic is sold out. Death Laden Egg is still there. How many copies of that have we got here? 20 copies left of Death Laden Egg. Like, these aren't a lot of copies. Like, we're looking at like 900 or 1,000 copies, something like that. P.O. Box Tinno Brass. I really want that one so bad. Has 17 copies left. And I'm pretty sure that's the one with the, because I bought the Tinno Brass box set, like initially, the one they put out first. And there was like an interview, like a 3-hour interview with Tinno Brass on like the extra disc. I've actually got it here. I don't have like the discs, the box here, but I got the discs here. My favorite Tinno Brass movie is always going to be All Ladies Do It. Unless I find something next. Like Cheeky's really good too, but that one just stands out. Stand in Silence. Right now, you get there's 20% off all of the staff pick titles on Vinegar Syndrome. The code that you're going to want to use is right here. I'm going to write it. I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to. Hey, Swift, welcome, man. So Staff Picks 20 is right there. That's the hey Swift, welcome, man. Is the code that you use if you go to the Vinegar Center website and you go into their Staff Pick selection. There are 84. A couple of them have sold out already. But their Vinegar Syndrome is getting rid of the staff picks page. There's going to be some new like pages, and there's going to be new layout, new choices. But staff picks is unfortunately it's been a popular thing on Vinegar Syndrome, but it is going away. So and when a title is gone, that's the end of that title. You won't see it on there anymore. Uh, so you get 20% off the staff picks, and some of these are extremely cheap. Just to give you an example, uh, like in Canadian, like here, in Canadian money, for instance, um, the lift uh, is $29.99. Would they still be $2 cheaper on their $2 cheaper on their site with the 20%? And you got to understand, Ragnar, some of the titles aren't there. Like we mentioned there, for instance, that unless it's sold out, The Living Corpse. Thank you, Santa Arcadia. You expect great. Let me know what you think of it. Actually, I really like that title. It was, I think the series was a box set called Blue Movies or something like that, and it's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more of a raunchy thing, but it turned out to be actually good, like really good films, and it's explained. But Obsessions was definitely my favorite out of that one. I do really want to know your opinion on it. Are getting very close to hitting the amount that we need for to actually hit the Google AdSense this month, which I think happens on the 11th. So we've only gotten one day left. This is literally the last day that I have to get enough money in for Google AdSense to kick in. Oh, if you're De Palma and Verhoeven, it's really different. I mean, like the ending is so killer. It it's not that Vinegar Syndrome doesn't give Russ Meyer any love. Here's the thing, Ragnar. Unfortunately, uh, like a long time ago, hey, Ken, welcome, man. Well, the upgrade to 4K next. I don't know. Somebody mentioned Barb Wire, and I would love to see that. But initially, here, you guys all obviously this. Hold, give me a sec. One of the key pieces of my collection is this right here. And this is a Russ Meyer collection. Has 19 films. Arrow Video put it out a long time ago. Arrow Video desperately wanted to upgrade the Russ Meyer collection to a Blu-ray, and they couldn't do that. Why couldn't they do that? In all honesty, because Russ Meyer's estate didn't let them. So they would do in a second. They would put it out. But unfortunately, Russ Meyer's estate have been really hard with that. Yeah, like now I think it's his kids probably. His kids, his spouse. I'm not quite sure who runs the estate now, but you can go onto a website and get like it won't be a great release, but it'll be like probably burned down Blu-ray release or something like that of some of Russ Meyer's films. They've been put out there, but I would love to see a company actually come to terms with the state and actually put out a Russ Meyer set. I love this set. This will never go anywhere out of my collection, but I would kill to have this upgraded. I can't show the back of it because they have stars there, right? Because this was sold in stores. There you go. Like there's every title on this set right here. I found Russ Meyer through the movie Vixen. That's the first movie I saw by Russ Meyer. Let's see. Let's check, see if anything else is sold out. Death Dream is still available, so that one's still there. We got Mono Vision is still there. I Drink Your Blood is sold out, so that was available a second ago. That was a great release too, a really great release. I'm surprised Maniac Cop 3. I know Maniac Cop 3 is not as like big as some of the other releases, but definitely I'd say, well, Roger Ebert was a huge fan of Russ Meyer, and which some people find odd that like Roger Ebert would be like a fan like of kind of this exploitation-y director. But if you actually like watch Russ Meyer's films, like they're extremely well put together. They're well shot. They're well done. Yeah, I mean, like this is expensive as heck, and it goes up even higher than that sometimes. But the thing is that it's my baby. It's like this is one of my favorite sets. I even love the fact that it's got the Jonathan Ross like documentary episode with Russ Meyer on there. It's really good. Joe Sarno, another fantastic one. Exactly. Joe Sarno, Russ Meyer. Um, Roger was really, he could certain times he'd be like, okay, don't like the slasher films, don't like that type of stuff. But yeah, he could see beyond it. And some people say it was because of nudity and stuff like that. But no, there's more to it than that. When a film is well done, a film is well done. Like you can get, I like Jess Franco. And there's a lot of Jess Franco films that you got to come see me first, Kubrick, where I'll be honest, like, yeah, I can understand why people don't like them. But then you'll see some and you're like, I can see why Orson Welles like worked with Jess Franco. Because when he works well, he works extremely well. But other times he's just literally doing it for the love of the film. I'm really surprised Two Evil Eyes is still there in Hell of the Devil. Like 4K Two Evil Eyes. God, that is a good release. Damn it. I don't know if my mom has like an account with Vinegar syndrome. Uh, I might actually have to go and call her. Let's see what time is it here. 2:30 here. Oh, she's probably in bed. Actually, it's probably 10 there. 10:30. Oh, I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna mute. Ragnar, say goodnight. Beyond the Veil Dolls one's real. Is that the one that came with the God? What's the name of it again? The was it a trial one? Like I have the other film that came with Beyond the Veil Dolls because he put it separately afterwards, but it came with an extra film. If it's the one I'm thinking about. Let's check on it again. See if anything else is sold out since we went from their Scary Movie. 7 minutes. Thank you. That's the one. That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Scary Movie from Agfa is sold out as well. It's always a shame when movies are like kind of stuck behind like an estate. I understand like the states want to take care of them and all that type of stuff. Um, Love Camp 7 is here. I think that's a Blue Underground. Yeah, Blue Underground release for Love Camp 7. I don't have either Mondo Vision in my collection. Like these aren't like I'm not going to say these are. I'm not sure if these are the greatest titles because I'm not even sure how. But I would love to have a Mondo Vision title in my. Yep, the courtroom censorship drama, 7 minutes in my collection because the Mondo they look so good. Like I see so many people with that possession set, and like this is the Blue Note by Mondo Vision. Just to give you an idea, and hopefully you can tell. There's like a thickness to the Mondo Vision releases. Kind of, really looks premium. Like it really looks like a premium title, and it's like $53 right there. And there's two left of that one. Yeah, like I'm guessing you got the Blue Note and mayhaps Le Mot Brock. I probably pronounced it wrong. I do apologize. I don't know French yet. I'm getting a French tutor when I come back. Um, very, very surprised that there's still 19 copies of this available. This is a really good film, like a really really good film. Um, Definitely recommendation on that one. And it's one that always gets overlooked. Possession, such everybody, so many people have Possession with that release. I've only got the Umbrella release, but I'm so jealous because that is the ultimate release Possession that you own. But it's so interesting to see how this goes, and like even stuff like Killer Dolls and Queens of Evil, especially. I've got the big thanks to you guys like Swift and guys out there. I've got the all the Hans Bauer's box set, which I'm still watching actually, so I can do a meg review on it. And if you like that set, you gotta have Queens of Evil. It's like it's a must. Like if you like folk horror, Queens of Evil should be in your collection. I agree with you, Santa Arcadia. I can't pronounce the names very well, but I agree with you. But I have to admit, this is a super exciting sale, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes, what sells out. Uh, Gives an idea, kind of a bit of some of the stuff that's there. Uh, the Tough Ones is there. That's a really good title too. For me, I think Get Me and Big Gun Down are two like that I would really love to have. I'm a huge fan for uh, for that one. Actually invited somebody to come on here and chat with us, but unfortunately, I think that they were already gone doing something else because I wanted to see how it work again to have guests on here. Well, maybe it, because it's literally one of those nights where, let's be honest, we got on here, we started talking about secret titles, we're talking Vinegar Syndrome. I did notice that down below. Luckily, when you guys are eagle-eyed people notice the ongoing like coupon sale right now. So we're in the midst of like a big sale where you guys get the chance to to pick something up. Yeah, and if there's one, if you're looking at the at the sale at the stat fix right now, and there's a title that you might be wondering about. Hey there, Fallen, welcome. Favorite books and novels of all time? Oh my God, hard to say right now. I mean, like I read a lot of like for books when I was a kid. When I was a kid, especially because I like a lot of nonfiction stuff. Although I read my entire library. Danse Macabre with by Stephen King, where he looks at horror from novels and radio and television and film. Really, really love that. Senator Katie, have a fantastic night. Thank you so much for coming in, man. I really appreciate it. Maybe I can get you on here sometime if you don't mind coming in front of the camera with me. Does mine mean dog in Italian? I do not know Italian, but maybe it does. I'm trying to work on some stuff and some people here for the Black Friday sale video. So I want to be coming on here alone for that, just to let you guys know. So fingers crossed everything works out. The last Black Friday, I think half of the Black Friday sale, I think I had my better half here. So interesting stuff. I think my face is red, by the way. I went yesterday to go to the bank, and my better half said, "Hey, disconnected." Actually, what's going on right now? I'll tell you in a second. The sale, the Vinegar Syndrome sale, not the Black Friday sale, the partner label sale. Did you check that out? Right now on Vinegar Syndrome, they're getting rid of staff picks. Sorry, staff pick sale. So they're getting rid of all the staff picks. So right now, staff picks 20 is the code, and any of the staff picks there, you can get $20, 20% off, $20, 20% off of. Let me just check something right here. I'm doing something really quickly. Yeah, it's definitely a really great sale, and I hate this. I'm trying to do this here, and for some reason, for those that like, I need a good recommendation of like Twitter's starting to become a pain in the ass. And I'm getting ready to go off Twitter. So I want to find a way for you guys to be able to see that my videos are coming out. Do most of you guys have Instagram? Hey there, Tyler. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Sorry about that. I actually went to the bank, and I forgot to take my hat with me, and it wasn't too hot when I went. But when I uh, when I came back, we were coming back, and she said, "You better get a hat." I said, "Well, I can buy a hat while we're out." She said, "No, get one just in case." I said, "Am I sunburnt?" She said, "No, you're a little tiny bit red." Uh, but I had let me just do this. I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm thinking, I may have got a sunburn. I'm like a white guy in Morocco. I normally do wear a hat. Like I have multiple hats here. There's my Halloween hat, my Chucky hat is over there. Um, I may be joined by a guest actually very soon, so don't go anywhere yet. I want to pick his brain on some of the stuff coming up here, and I will tell you right now that the person that's joining is also going to be doing some really cool stuff, and is doing some really cool stuff right now and on a regular basis on his channel. So just letting you know. See, there's always surprises. I'm definitely coming back to StreamYard because I was making up my mind between Ecamm and StreamYard, and it's just so much easier. Well, temperature wise, right now, for instance, EH, Uh, is what is it right now? So it's like 2:44 here in the night. 14 degrees, so normal. Mastodon, it's like Twitter but better. The only problem with Mastodon is like there's not a lot of people that know it's on it, and it's not that for me, like it's just like that. Most of my friends that are on Twitter aren't on anymore. But I want a place where I can actually all basically all the followers, all the people that want to know when the videos are going live can know. And YouTube is not a great place to tell people. Like a lot of people don't get notifications when my videos go live. So I want to like do like maybe an Instagram. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But just most of my friends have gone, and within my friend, I suck at Twitter. Like my Instagram is much more fun. Oh, just wait a second, because here we go. How
Hey,
it goes.
hey.
So, are you excited about the sale?
Of course, always.
I've got to pick your brain. This is Ron from Disconnected, of course, and an amazing channel, which you guys are all following. I know that. And if you weren't, should be. It's been a while since you've been on here. And last time I was in another country, we chatted together.
Yeah.
So do you have any guesses?
It's getting more and more tough. I feel like the guesses I had are getting more and more incorrect with every time they put out a hint. So,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Like the comic books thing has made me lean in in a specific direction. Now I don't know if maybe the comic books thing is just going to be for their like those like comic book oriented like slipcovers that they got coming along with the New York Ninja, but
Yeah.
I don't think so. Uh, I think there may be something up. Like
Well, and I
there's
think Roadhouse kind of fits that vibe too a little bit.
Yeah, it did. I mean, like with that type of stuff. But and the thing is that like some people who guess things like Caligula before, which I think is out of the question. It's already
Oh,
gotten
it
good.
can't be. Yeah, it could never have been on Blu-ray. So yeah, that
Yeah.
one's already gone.
And other people have mentioned things like Showgirls. Again, this movie has gotten like several like decent releases that wouldn't fit.
It's even got a 4K already.
Exactly. So it's just getting. I got the fork umbrella right.
I think there was a German 4K release.
I know.
I'm not sure.
I got an umbrella release. I'm not sure if it's 4K or not. They sent me a copy, so I can't remember.
I will
It's
check.
somewhere on its way. But yeah, so I went through like people even mentioned barbed wire, but the thing is, I don't think there's enough stars in barbed wire. I would
No.
love for it to be barbed wire. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a dream title for me.
Yeah, the Showgirls 4K, there's one in France and one in Germany already, not
Yeah,
Umbrella.
so it's definitely not that. We have the other title too, the secret slasher title. Like, there's been some things that have kind of bandied around. I've heard like some people mention Cheerleader Camp. Not an overly gory film, but that's the only thing that takes me away from that. And I do love Cheerleader Camp. It hasn't had a good release since the Anchor Bay release,
Yeah, nothing
maybe
at
like
all.
10 years ago. And of course, somebody mentioned Open House with Joseph Bottoms and Adrian Barbeau. That's been even longer since it's got a good release. And I'm a soap opera fan. So that's a favorite of mine because, got Joseph Bottoms from Santa Barbara. And I think it's got Scott Colton from from a lot of soaps, actually. And of course, Adrian Barbeau, who I love.
Right.
But with the one we do know, VSA El Santo versus Dr. Death, it's pretty much a given.
Yeah, and it looks like we're probably going to be getting more Santo titles eventually.
My better half almost literally squealed. She is like the biggest El Santo fan you're ever going to know, man.
This
And
is a much better choice than Billy Blinks, I think.
oh my God, yes. And it'll get a lot more people. I really think it'll get a lot more people. Like,
Oh yeah.
no shade on Billy Banks or Jaleel Merhi. It's just they're fun titles, but they're not something I'd anchor a sub label on.
Well, that and in my opinion, they're not $30 titles.
That's
Santo, for some of those, the fact that they're going to be going under extensive restoration processes, those are much more deserving of $30 titles.
that's the thing. Like, we don't even have in this house, we don't have to like think twice with us. Same with Shasko came out. Like, wasn't even a thought like of not getting it. it was something that I knew immediately that we were gonna get. Now they said we're getting another action hero that kind of farther into the present. And what I've heard so far, and kind of rumor wise, has been either Cynthia Rothrock and people have come along with like Sworn to Justice or something like that, or maybe somewhere along like a Chuck Norris type of thing.
Since we already know Sidekicks is coming, I would more bet for Chuck Norris.
You think Sidekicks could be it?
Well, Sidekicks has already been confirmed as coming as a future title.
It's a future title. Okay.
Not necessarily during this sale, but it is coming for sure. Another label dropped that on their website.
Now, I think Sidekicks is almost one that I could see them putting a VSU as. I know.
Well, it is coming as 4K, so that would not surprise me.
Yeah, because it is more of like the kind of like it's more mainstream, and the VSUs tend to be more like aside from Six String Samurai, which I like, but I guess a lot of people still hate on. I thought was okay. Most of them have been pretty mainstream for the VSU titles. The biggest clue that was dropped tonight, I think, for me, and I want to get your thoughts on this, is that something happened in the last week or two that changed the game on this release that made them hit the reset button, which makes me think that this is the title that they're putting out that they've suddenly found either an alternate version of deleted scenes, usually alternate version or deleted extra scenes.
That could be. There's also the opportunity for them to finally get in contact with somebody with the making of, and potentially get somebody for an interview. Or, there's a lot of times I've heard about these labels finding producers at the last second who had deleted scenes, and they're able to get the deleted scenes and interview the producer about it.
Because this is one of the ones where I was fairly sure that I was kind of certain on what some of the titles might be, and at this point, no. But I'm more excited than I have been in a long time for Vinegar Syndrome, like Black Friday, half of the Black Friday sale. I'm definitely more excited.
I think this has been one of their best years by a long shot.
This has been an incredible year for Vinegar Syndrome. I was, as you know, because we talked like on and off here, I was iffy last year. I felt kind of burnt with Cardona, with Ebola, and all this stuff. And I was in the minority, but those were titles that just weren't me. But what kills me is that this year, every single month, there's been stuff that I've been super excited about. KV just mentioned one here that I actually forgot about, and I had heard rumors about. Is Psycho Cop? What?
The rumor is it is coming, but that was based on what the director said. Vinegar Syndrome has never said anything about Psycho Cop. I would imagine that is likely coming eventually. However, I would not think they would anchor a sale around that, or even a mystery title around that. That is more of a no. That's more of like a March title where it's a pretty big name for something that big fans of Vinegar Syndrome would want.
Definitely, like, because I'll be honest, some of their titles that have been secret titles recently may not have been, like, for me anyway, the most exciting titles. This stuff seems more like it's in my wheelhouse again. So it's basically Vinegar Syndrome making me fall back in love with them, is what I'm getting out of it right now.
Is it all right if I change the subject a little bit to hype everybody up on something else? Well, knowing what I know already, I would say even though Vinegar Syndrome is exciting as hell for this, don't count out Severin, because knowing what I know, I think they may win Black Friday.
Ooh, okay. I was going to mention Severin on here as well because this is a Black Friday video. We've gotten 4 titles come out from Severin so far. I have to admit, as an Argento fan, I'm glad that 5 Days Milan's coming out. But when they put out the pin and then they put out the book, like,
I get that.
I was thinking, as like a lot of people, is this 4 Flies and Grey Velvet finally? Are we finally getting North American release of that? Like, we're getting a 4K of 4 Flies. That'd be amazing. Or even Dark Glasses. Is this Dark Glasses that is?
Oh, that would have been cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like, because it was more recent one, but still decent film. So, or even Mother of Tears, like, they get a good release. but it came 5 days. But okay, but
I
the
think 5 days
title,
is one of the last ones that we were waiting for an HD release on, though, right?
5 days had
'Cause
no release. Like basically,
right.
it had a pretty much like you wanted to find like even an okay copy of 5 days, you were looking online for something like that. Because I remember the only time I've ever seen 5 days. I think I saw it on VHS, and that was a bootleg edition of it. And I saw it online through nefarious purposes. But I'm glad that it's getting a big like
Yeah.
release. But for me, like the titles that they've announced so far, I'm big on the exploitation one because I know that title. Now, that being my better half would not watch either one of those films because they would stress her the hell out. But I think they're some pretty good stuff. So you got some inside scoops on Severin, but I'm guessing you can't give them here, of course.
I have been sworn to
Learn to
secrecy in
say-
a big way.
Okay, not a problem. But you think that they could the win this?
Not only do I think, for me, they already have.
Can I ask you a question then, without giving anything away? For me,
Maybe.
you know me.
I think that they may take your cake as well.
It wouldn't be surprising. Lately, Severin has tended to do that. Um, I've been watching the all the Hans Bauer set because I'm doing a review of that one, and it's taken forever because there's just so much in it.
Yeah.
But I've been a big fan, and I've been waiting for. My mother's been asking me like, "What do you want for Christmas? What do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "I'm waiting for the sale before I actually sign off on that."
That makes sense.
Now, another thing to ask: you got your video on Thursday, of course, coming up
Yes,
tomorrow.
sir.
And what's going on tomorrow with your video?
Tomorrow is a new thing, actually. We're doing the same thing as always. However, we had a bunch of people request for information on premium releases. So much more on the import side of things, like German media books, the big, like full slip releases from China, the one click steelbook, stuff like that. So, as an addendum, we're going to go through all the regular announcements. And then at the end of the night, we're going to also run through all the premium releases for the entire month because there's way less of those. So we're going to do it once a month, the second Thursday of every month, and this is the very first one. So, but a big thing, nobody else knows this, so you get the exclusive on this. A mutual friend of ours, Nathan Jones, is the guest tomorrow, so he's
Oh,
going to be
Nate.
hanging
Okay.
out. Yeah, going to be
Well,
hanging out all night.
that'll be fun. That's say hi to Nate for me. I'll definitely be trying to check that out. It's the time frame here has been different, which has
I
caused me
imagine.
to fall behind on a few things. I was supposed to be in like a video recently, and I missed it. I only saw it come up when I saw it actually that it was already done. So that's been a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Getting things situated here for me right now. For me to do a video as it is right now, it's like I sleep differently now. So it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, but
Whew.
I'm not even remotely tired.
Right.
Uh, so that's not too bad. It's just one studio put out the 1987 Dolls. Dolls needs to be put out again. Uh, Code Red. What do you think's going to happen?
I think Keto will handle what they have left, and if they had anything else in the pipeline, it'll probably just transfer over to the Kino side of things. When contracts are put into place for something like this, there usually are contingencies. Kino will likely either take over or allow Walt, Bill's brother, to step in and get some of the other titles that are like that. It's touchy, especially because Bill is such a character, we'll say,
Yes.
and he's burned a lot of bridges, and it's still a very sad thing. And we're going to be talking about this tomorrow, still, of course. But there's a lot that could happen from it, and some people that just may not be willing to work under the same name that he was working under, just for that reputation.
That's the sad part. Like Code Red was one of the earlier, like when you think of boutique labels that were out
Oh
there.
yeah, they're a trailblazer for sure.
And unfortunately, he was definitely like somebody that like to for good or bad, you didn't forget him.
Of
I
course.
I do think in the last couple years, and without going too much into it, I think that certain things made it worse.
Oh yeah.
I think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Dark Force has ruined a lot of his reputation.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping that it does go to Kino or goes to Walt and doesn't kind of fall along that lines. Um, that would be disappointing.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping that they had something in. I'm just hoping that there was something was in place for it to for if even if it doesn't be called Code Red, like I mentioned on a stream recently. So if it was being done by Walt or being done by even by Kino, if even if the maybe in memory sort of just had like used Code Red as almost like a little sub label to
yeah,
put out certain releases would be be a way to go with something like that because we've seen a lot of like companies go under and come back
yeah.
on Twilight Time. They went under, they came back. I don't think there's been as much of a luster with Twilight Time since it's come back. Like it's here, but it doesn't seem like the same Twilight Time anymore. And again, that's like, again the case of like the guy that was doing it and had a lot of love for it, and he unfortunately passed away. And that tends to happen when it
Yeah.
comes to this stuff, especially when you've had people that are been working on it for a long time. That's the rough part about it. Hey there, Planet Mondo. Yeah, but we went to a dark spot there for a second. But that was interesting to ask, especially with this with all this coming up.
Yeah.
I'm excited about what's about this sale. This is the biggest sale I think that we've had in a while. I think this is going to be even bigger than last year. I don't know if Seven will do the box set sale again. That was amazing. That was a
It really
genius.
was.
Uh, I actually because you get people coming in to the sale, but you got to rein yourself in because on the second day there's this second sale, and for me, like I got the Christopher Lee set, I got the all the Hans Bauer set out of that, um, and it's it was incredible. I love the way that Severn's been marketing themselves lately, and it has been Severn's had a uphill battle from a couple years before, which
Yeah.
I don't think is fair. Um, because again, they did like there was internet issues, there were like website issues that were definitely a thing. But I got some of my best deals during that like the time that the website went down.
Yep.
Like that sale was incredible. People forget how good the prices were on that sale. It was insane.
Well, and beyond that, there's a lot of people that are newer that came to the hobby during the pandemic. And the sad thing is, pre-pandemic, some of these labels had way better sales than they do now because inflation was a lot less of a thing. So, like Severin back in 2017, 2018, their sales then were not just 50% off of MSRP. You could get stuff for $7 and $8 at a lot of the
Well, yeah, it was
sales.
50% off like
Yeah.
across the board. There was no MSRP. That's some
Uh,
recent.
Arrow had a lot of their titles were only £5 back in the day.
I remember
So
that.
that's very different nowadays.
I still remember like the year that Severin had the buy so many get like secret free title sale.
Mm,
I gotta say some of the free titles were a bit disappointing, but still like they were free movies, and
yeah,
it got me to see Shopping, which I for some reason had passed me by, and I actually love that film now.
yeah,
The Lindsay Baker sale, yes, Lindsay Baker set was amazing. It's still one of my favorites that they put
it's a
out.
good one.
So you're thinking Severin's gonna be your big play? You're gonna be buying from both, I'm guessing.
Well, I'm still a sub at Vinegar Syndrome, so I've got all of the sub stuff coming. I'll take a look at everything else. I've already got Roadhouse on the way, but VSAs are going to really have to catch my eye. I've kind of checked out on VSAs quite a bit.
Yeah.
They're expensive. They're
My last
expensive.
PSA was Tiger Claws trilogy. That's so far back, and I missed a couple in between that as well. I had the first 6
Severin, I don't know that I'm going to get all of the titles, but I know that most of the slate is speaking to my heart.
That'll be fun. I mean, like I'd be interested to see what comes out. I'm interested in like the merchandise that comes out from this as well.
Yeah,
Um, a tip for those guys out there: if you're looking at stuff and you're looking at the big sale titles that are there, not 9 chance out of 10, these are titles that they're putting out. Well, like not the sale titles, but the actual new titles. They'll be there. You can put them in your basket. But if you're looking at like things, especially in Vinegar Syndrome for like merchandise and stuff like that, and you want it, buy it right away, and then just go back afterwards and put the others and any movies that you want that are low, buy them right away because they're
yeah,
going to go. When they did the early VSA one with the with the you had a couple like numbered ones, and the rest were kind of just X's.
That was January 1st. Yeah.
And buy them. Like, don't just put them in your cart because other people are going to put them in their cart too, and those people are going to buy, are going to go hit buy. And if you don't hit buy, it doesn't matter if it's in your cart or not. It doesn't save it for you. It's you'll actually go back afterwards and it'll be gone. So if you like something, like just grab it. 40, 50, and $60 for Blu-rays are insane. I mean, things are getting up there, but we're getting stuff. I don't think it's so much like just 40, and the prices are getting more expensive. That's for sure. But a lot of the work is getting more intensive that they're putting into some of this stuff too. So I don't mind paying like 30 odd bucks for an El Santo title.
Well, and there's a big difference too. We're not really, when we say 40, 50, $60 for Blu-rays, we're not comparing a single disc Blu-ray to a single disc Blu-ray. The $60 sets are not single disc Blu-rays. That's just disingenuous to say that they are. They're usually 2 or 3 disc at least, UHD and Blu-ray, and it comes with a booklet and it comes with premium packaging, and it's usually a bigger title. The stuff that's $40 and less is usually that's where you're going to get into the single disc stuff or into the more standard releases, essentially.
it's almost like the hey there. It's almost kind of like and I hate to say this, like you get what you pay for type of thing with some of these with some of these titles.
Yeah,
Um, in that you're going to get like you get some premium work. Like when MVD Rewind started, and I bought a lot of MVD Rewind, they
same.
were definitely cheaper than they are right now. And you can still like over, especially stateside over you're at, you can still get a lot of the MVD Rewinds for fairly cheap. Now over here, like some of them run like $40 to $50, but the ones that like kind of run along that line are things like the Wishmaster set or stuff like that. And that's like that's 4 movies. When you break it down, that's 4 films. So that's really it's like you're paying if you're paying $50 for that, what's that, 1750 or something like that, less than that for movies, which is a
Yeah.
fantastic price. $70 Tombs of the Blind Dead set for the soundtrack. It does have all the Blind Dead movies because I got the old Coffin box set. I haven't bought the new like Blind Dead ones yet.
I
thought
haven't
they
got the
both
steelbook either. I still have the Coffin.
Yeah, it's a nice one. I like the Coffin's really nice. The Blind Dead is one of the craziest labels, like franchises, because the thing changes every time. Like every single time, like there's a different like origin for the Templar Knights. But for me right now, for these sales, I'm I'm here in Morocco, so it makes it harder. So I'm going to be looking to if I find something that's really good. So and it'll be later here for me too. Holy crap! Because it'll be 12:01 Eastern Standard Time, and I got to figure out what that's going to be in my time. Actually, will it be earlier for me? I'm just trying to figure that out.
Right now, it would be 3 hours from right now.
3 hours from right now,
Yeah.
so 6 in the morning. Yikes! So that is going to be one heck of a night. You're going to be doing like me. You're going to be doing a video for the
Yep.
thing. So you guys, when you see like check him out. You'll be doing a video on there. Are you doing your Patreon video, or are you just going to go straight on your regular channel?
Oh no, it's live with everybody.
I'm doing a bit of both, as always, and it'll be fun. Check us both out. It's an interesting night. It'll be a long night. You're going to see me here with a ton of coffee because I'm going to freaking need it. Apparently, 6 o'clock in the morning, and my better half will be like waking up then. So I'll be like, so if it's something exciting, I'll be like keeping my eyes open with toothpicks while I talk to you guys, and and trying to woo my better half into wanting to buy some titles. I'm still waiting. Have we heard anything else on Black Manuel yet? Set or are we still looking next year?
I know it's still coming. I know some of the details on it. I know that it is looking to be incredible.
If what they're saying is what I think, this may be one of their most intensive like sets that we've seen come as far as like the titles. If they have every Black Manuel title, for instance, and I've heard some of the offshoots, then that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll recommend the Black Manuel stuff. I know some people are not going to There's certain ones they're not gonna like, you may wanna pass up, I don't know, Black Emmanuel in America, or maybe a couple of Joe D'Amato ones. But I don't know, I found them good. I liked, it's some different stuff there.
And
Especially,
they've got quite a few big sets in production right now too. So
that'll be interesting to see. I'm excited for what Severin's doing. I've been a big proponent of Severin and for Vinegar Syndrome for years now, and thankfully, they've still been they've still been they're still blowing my mind with the stuff that comes out.
yeah,
And again, I still like some of the others. I still excited to see what Blue Underground comes out with on a monthly basis. I'm doing like oh, I want to get you on sometime for a video. Um, and I'm doing a series now that probably like use once a month, where I'm going through Scream Factory year by year, and it's the Scream Factory project. And I have my better half on my Patreon video, so I'm not sure if you saw that one or not. So she was brutal in like ranking the films. She was like, "Nope, that gets a D," uh, and I did 2014. So I'm gonna be doing some different years. So if you're interested, I might get you on for one of those,
yeah.
because it's much more fun to forget someone else, like actually kind of go and say, no, no, yeah, that should be higher, that should be lower. It's much more fun that way.
I
I'm
was
wondering,
in that one where I was guessing where you were going to rank all of them.
were you?
Yeah,
Oh, that was like that was fun. I did that one live. The Vinegar Center project is a longer project. I watched this channel called Movie Timelines to do a lot of horror movie timeline stuff, and doing an 80s project, which I really really like, where he's watching every single horror movie from the 1980s, and it's like a 10-year project. So I said I want to do like a smaller mini version of like of something where I can actually go through the years, and I'm doing it with Scream Factory because there's been such differences. I was originally going to do Anchor Bay. That's pretty daunting, though.
well, they have a lot more titles too.
Yeah. So I figured this. Let's start small. And I thought about like doing Vinegar Syndrome, and then I realized Vinegar Syndrome has been around for a few years, but it was only like 2016, 2017 that they really kind of took off,
Yeah,
to as in having like the really big titles come out. Uh, I can't. What year was it that the subscription started? I know that you've been pretty much there since the beginning.
I think it might have been 2015, 2015 or 16, somewhere around there.
Yeah, because I've been buying since they've had like bundles, like horror bundles on October. I've bought every like bundles that they've had except for this year.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I missed out, but great bundle this year as well. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K, which I got to check. Have you done the video on that yet? 'Cause I got to check that.
I haven't done a video on it, but the disc itself is stupendous. It is already on one of my year-end lists. So
That's the thing. I think I got an email from you, but it went straight to my. It didn't go to my regular email, so I missed out on it. But I will get that information to you soon. By the way, um, any recommendations? Okay.
tons. Let me pull up my Letterboxd.
I really should use Letterbox.
If it's been a long time since people have checked it out, I think it's time to go back and give Nightmare on Elm Street another watch. I feel like people are forgetting how great individual films are in that franchise. Takeout just recently put out by Criterion, directed by Sean Baker. I had him on the channel recently. The movie's amazing, absolutely incredible. Monster House, the old animated film from 2006, incredible animation. Showed that to my kids this year. It was beautiful. I finally saw Thirst for the first time. Park Chan Wook from 2009.
Good movie.
Incredible vampire film. Let's see. The week of Halloween, my Thursday show, I did a video on extreme cinema after we did our announcements. And one of our patrons, John Peters, who watches this channel as well, we talked about a Serbian film and why it's actually worth watching. We talked about a lot of those more extreme films. And if you have never dabbled into that, give the video a watch and see if it's something that might be something that's up your alley, because there are a lot of, I don't want to use the word message, because a lot of people look down on films that have messages, but a lot of these extreme films, they have a genuine story to tell, and they are worth watching for more than just the reputation.
I don't get the looking down a film because every film has a message. of
Well,
some sort.
nowadays you have people complaining because of the term elevated horror. You have people complaining every time somebody uses the word woke. I don't really understand it. There's a lot of ways that we can champion diversity in both cinema and society without getting offended if you are not getting the limelight for a minute. And unfortunately, society deems that as wrong sometimes.
For me, I'll be honest with you. If I am watching a review and somebody says unironically the word woke in the review, that's the end of the review for me. I don't watch that because I know that they're not watching the film for the film.
Right.
That's the reason. Like, doesn't matter what my politics are. I keep it out of here. I just talk about movies, the same as you. And that's that's the key part about this. It's like if I like a movie, I don't care if somebody thinks that it has a message or it doesn't have a message or maybe doesn't have enough of a message. Like just kind of like to keep it to the movie. So anytime you like those words are like words from like, okay, they're not talking about the movie anymore. They got something
Right.
else. The movie got a message. No, you have a message. The reviewer has a message at that point. I'm going to get some hate for this. I just realized probably. Monster Squad. You've never seen Monster Squad? Monster Squad is a classic. Watch
It
Monster
really
Squad
is.
and watch. God, don't. God, my brain is gone tonight. So 3 o'clock more. So, what am I thinking of, Ryan? The one that goes with it. The one that goes with it. I got it. Actually, coming. With it's they're always packed right next to one another. Monster Squad and Throw Me. Time out. But same director.
Oh, Night of the Creeps.
Yes, Night of the Creeps. The double feature those two because they actually are really good. Uh, Sweet movie when it comes to extreme cinema. I have not seen a sweet movie. Unlike you, I'm not a huge fan of Serbian film. Probably because I didn't buy the director's explanation. Like I get it. I actually online I had an argument with the director. But that's me. Like again, when it comes to a lot of this stuff, I am okay with being the outlier. And it's like, okay, I'm the weird person that doesn't like when everybody else does.
Right.
Um, New Beverly's playing Shrek and Sailor on the same day. That is awesome, actually. Um, as the second half of Vinegar Syndrome's release year halfway sale onward, met to your well, I'm not part of this. Ryan's a subscriber. I'm not right now. Well, I wish I was though, because I think this has been probably one of their best years for subscriptions. Yet I think if you were a subscriber for Vinegar Syndrome right now, you more than got your money's worth. And the years
Yeah, I don't. It has not met my expectations. It's far exceeded them. This has been a at least top 3 year for Vinegar Syndrome, and when this technically is their 9th year in operations, and next year will be their decade mark. They are the fact that they're hitting on almost all cylinders right now is scary for other labels.
And to be truthful, like I don't get the hate about the MGM titles. I'm actually been super stoked. When Andyville 4K was announced, I was excited about that. When they announced Death Wish 2 4K, I know like there's been other releases, but they haven't just re-released something like this exactly the same as it
Yeah,
was. They've upgraded all these releases. There's been like new interviews, featurettes, documentaries. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K looks to be the definitive edition of this film. Kind of like when Indicator put out Road Games. Like there was editions of Road Games before, but that when Indicator put out their limited edition of Road Games, that was the right there. Stop and gap. This is the best edition of Road Games unless the 4K
yep.
comes out.
Yeah, it's not like Scream Factory putting out 4Ks. They are actually putting out titles and putting new features on there and giving you a reason to upgrade. And the hard part with these is it's making it where no other label should release those films again. There's literally no reason to.
Yeah, I can't imagine like anybody wanting to like to go for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 after this one. Unless maybe
No.
somebody's doing it over in the UK just to get like.
Oh yeah, other regions obviously, but yeah, nobody else in the U.S. There's no reason to put it out.
Here's a good question, actually.
I will stay quiet on this one because I already know of one or two that they're putting out.
See, I have no idea, so I can guess the hell out of it. But there's a lot of MGM titles that they can do. I collected MGM releases. I still do for the midnight movies releases. I love the early stuff. I would love to see Carrie. I know it's probably just going to get a Scream Factory 4K, but I would love to
Well, it's
see.
already been confirmed, and
I know, but
yeah,
I still want to. I want it not to be the same. See, putting it out and just saying, "Oh, here's a steelbook," that's not enough for me, man. I want like
I agree.
spoiled. I've been spoiled by companies like Vinegar Syndrome and Severin. They
Yeah, I
literally have
agree.
spoiled us. And like on this side of the sea too. I live close by to. I'm around 4 hours like flight from London, and it's very cheap to fly to London from here. I was shocked actually. So next year sometime I'm going to try to get out there and kind of shoot some some film hunting videos out there, and I want to get really into like get some second sight releases. They've just been killing it
Yep.
with their big box releases. I can't wait for Martin to come out. Yes, The Hitcher, so much greatness,
Texas
and
Chainsaw Massacre 4K.
yeah, so much goodness coming from them. Black. I don't know. I mean, like, I would love to see a Blackula double feature, but I don't know if now X-Ray and Skitside was put out, so yeah, Blackula's probably a bigger film than that, so I could kind of see it. I know that there's a great release. I got the Blackula double feature, the Scream Factory, but it was pretty bare bones. But they did a good release for Blackula in the UK. I think it was by Eureka
Yep.
that put that one out. But again, it's an MGM release. That's definitely a possibility. Uh, there's movies like Invaders from Mars, which is kind of a favorite of mine that I don't think has ever gotten like even the screen given enough love. So that I would love to see get like 4K releases.
Are we talking about the original one or the Toby Hooper one?
Top Hooper. If the
I
fantastic if
would
you do that,
love to see that on 4K.
because that would again, I think it's an underrated film. I think like people, I think Tobe Hooper got a raw deal with with stuff like when you start out and make like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, um, everything else comes like this is a pretty good movie, but it's not Texas Chainsaw Massacre. From Eaten Alive to The Funhouse to Invaders from Mars, it was rough for him like that. Vinegar make people wait for it. Oh. Well, Vinegar did put out the Amityville Cursed set, and I know that the Anvil titles they did put Anvil Horror. I would love to see them actually put out Anvil 2 and 3, but you think they're good?
I mean, I certainly think they could. I don't know that they will. I personally, I would have rather seen them jump straight to Amityville 2. I think Amityville 2 is a much more superior film to Amityville 1. Um, yeah, I'd love to see it.
See, and the key thing for Anvil 3 was when Scream put it out, they put it with the actual 3D version of it.
Right.
And unfortunately, right now, unless you got a PSVR, you're the screen finding 3D TVs are they're less and less right now, uh, which is a shame actually. So the people are not putting in as many 3D releases. We're still getting some like Flesh for Frankenstein stuff like that. Um, but I love this. Two is still my favorite in that franchise. It's the Italian directed one, and it shows.
Yep.
Um, there'd be some great features for that release. Three isn't very good.
Yeah,
There's these.
I'm not a big fan of 3.
Three is the weakest out of all of them. When I saw it in theater and in 3D, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But Laura Loughlin was in it, and I thought she was cute back then. I still think she's cute. But I was kind of bored, and I thought, oh, this is okay. So I went out and I bought it on VHS when it came out, Anvil 3, and knowing it wasn't going to be in 3D, and I regretted it almost immediately because it was not fun. It was like this is an okay movie, but it took me like I think 3 days to get through. So I'm not quite sure when there's a lot of MGM releases. If I have my movies here, which won't be here till like December the 20th, by the way, um, then I could probably give some better guesses. But right now, there's just so much that they could put out. There's some older releases. Go back to the early like days of Scream Factory because a lot of stuff's gone out of print there as well. I've been noticing that when I'm doing Scream Factory projects, is like there's all these titles that are in red that they no longer have the
Yeah.
rights to. Um, I kind of wish like that Terror Train had been picked up by s- by Vinegar Syndrome as opposed to Scorpion. Not that Scorpion did a bad job, did it? Put a new transfer, but it's great. But it's one of those movies that I'll be honest, it's a favorite of mine. But with that being said, Terror Train's not exactly the greatest like slasher film. So when Terror Train got remade recently, and people were like, "I can't believe they remade Terror Train," and I was like, "Seriously? Like, why? Like, I can't believe they remade Halloween. Like, I can believe they remade a movie where there's a lot of flaws in it already. That's the one. That's the movies you want to remake. Remake stuff that's kind of okay to middling, and just go in your own direction with it. Did you see the Terror Train remake, by the way?
Nope. I have no interest in watching it. I've
It's
got way more movies I want to see
I
first.
didn't find it bad. I mean, like people like hated on it, not enough gore or stuff like that, or the ending's different. And to the ending different part, I got to say this: thank God the ending's different. As much as I love Terror Train, the weakest part of Terror Train right now is the ending of Terror Train, not the look who the killer is. Obviously, they couldn't do the same thing with that because that was already done.
Right.
But Terror Train literally ends with the killer just randomly gets knocked off the train. That's it, and the movie's over. And it happens really fast and really anticlimactically, and you're left wondering, okay, I guess this journey, David Copperfield and Jamie Lee Curtis was here. I guess this was an okay journey. The twist was nice, but the ending sucked. So for that, I could, yeah, the one with Jamie Lee Curtis and David Copperfield. When people said that they were remaking it, yeah, I knew. And it was going to be by the guys that did like Slasher. So you got to know to temper your expectations going in because the guys they started doing the Degrassi Next Generation. That's where they, that's where they started.
Yep.
But it's no, it wasn't bad. I mean, like there's a Newfoundland actor in it, and Mary Walsh, who's a very famous in Newfoundland. She did this comedy show called This Hour is 22 Minutes, and before that, she did like a comedy series called Codco. And she has a part in the film, and I bit of Newfoundland pride, so I was a bit biased towards the film, because of that. I was really excited to see her. Yeah, Halloween on the Train, except Kubrick thought the problem was in the original, it was New Year's Eve, and the new one is Halloween. So it makes sense that they weren't costumes in the new movie. It didn't make sense in the original movie they weren't costumes. And I do love the film. Have I got to see Headless Horseman from Master Chaos? I haven't. There's a lot of movies that I haven't got to see, unfortunately. I've seen the trailer; it looks cool, but I'm so behind when it comes to movies right now. Like I was lucky to get to see that. I was like literally on a video here at Ryan, and basically somebody said, "Oh, did you know that it's on that Terror Train's on Tubi?" And I checked; it was like
Yeah.
80 minutes. I'm like 80 minutes. I can do that, and that's what it comes down to. Because also I don't have my movies here, so that makes it really hard. And the movies I got are almost all some of them are other regions
Yeah.
and or 4K. I don't have a 4K player. So my 4K players again is on its way, and won't be here to December 20th. Um, so even if I get stuff, did you get the In Search of Darkness 3? Did you?
I ordered it. I haven't gotten it in yet.
It's supposed to come. Well, physical copy you're looking
It's
at
supposed to
end
be
of
shipping soon. Yeah.
yeah, and but the digital copy should be sometime this month.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that. I'll be definitely doing a review of that when
The
that comes
hard
out.
part will be finding 4.5 hours to watch it.
It is such, and that's not including the features, the
Right.
extra features. But this one is for the guys that haven't picked it up yet. This one is going to be dealing towards shot on video and straight to video releases. So I'm expecting a lot more Full Moon Charles Bandic type stuff here, and I'm kind of down for that.
I'm kind of excited that they announced they're going to be moving into 90s horror for another documentary.
I know this is my first time being part of their kind of their Indiegogo, whatever they call it
Yeah.
there.
The campaign.
So yeah, so for the first time, my name is going to be the low credits. I bought the because I didn't have the other two releases like physically. I decided to get the pack. free.
Nice.
So fingers crossed, everything comes okay. I got it sent to getting sent to my mom's house, and I'll be at my mom's. I think around that time period because I'm going to be visiting actually in Canada.
Nice.
So some videos will be done from there. Apparently, Video Man said he hasn't seen you in such a boring room like mine. Apparently, we got the wait behind us. Well, I kind of took Ryan off guard for this video, and he was nice enough to come in because I didn't expect to be doing this. I'm gone back to StreamYard. I think it's a better choice for me.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder when I'm doing Ecamm because to invite people, I gotta do a Skype call, and because if you want to get like people in on Ecamm, it's way more expensive than it's for StreamYard. StreamYard you can get 6 people in on free, and I'm in the free one right now because I'm going to the paid one next week. And any ideas what the translucent slipcover will be?
All of my ideas have been shot down by Vinegar Syndrome themselves. I have tried on multiple occasions to guess. I really thought that for a long time that the translucent slipcover was going to be them shipping those of us that paid for the slipcover a copy of that comic for free, and they came back and said nope. But I really thought it was going to be.
I initially thought it was going to be a coupon until they said it was going to be a physical thing.
Yeah.
Then my guess after that was a slipcover for Invisible Maniac, but I'm guessing that's also not it. I think that one's been a kind of so it's different. I mean, like people paid $6. I'm good. Like this is how
7 months ago.
7 months ago. This is how like much good faith Vinegar Syndrome has right now that they can get people to pay $6 7 months ago to end like they're okay with it. They're just ready to see whatever it is because they know they're going to get something that a lot of people aren't going to have at the end of the day. Ryan has the Letterbox watch list. I don't use Letterbox. I really should. I haven't had time before, but here now I'm actually going to probably be starting it.
I don't use watch list. I log what I watch. Basically, my system is, oh, I got this new one in and it looks really exciting. Forget everything else I own because I want to watch this right now.
That my watch list is the sad part is it was high before I came here. By the time I get back from here, it's going to be so much higher. I was lucky. I picked up Alligator in 4K and Alligator the next mutation because I'm cheesy like that. Hey there, Antoine. But I still haven't seen them since I got them because, and I keep checking to see which discs are like region free that I got here because I got about 3,000 discs here, like in cases, not like cases, but in like
Binders.
Blinders. Thank you. So I luckily I found close to Halloween. I found Fright Night. I got because I had the Eureka edition of that one as well. And that's one of my favorite movies of all time. So I sat down and I watched Fright Night, and it had the documentary on there too. And I watched that as well. So I recently bought like I had to buy a new TV when I got here. So we went looking around like different places, like Electroplanet and stuff like that. We couldn't find any of what we wanted. And the TV that I really wanted, I wanted the LG C1, which was kind of the C2 is the big TV for this year.
Yeah.
Mid-level media actually bought it. I watched a size video, and but the C1 was the one for last year, and I thought, okay, maybe I can find it. But I found it when I got here that they didn't have the C1, like it was an import. So if you could find the import of it, you were literally it was just random luck. And I went into a store. They had a display model for the C1. I'd gone in every store, and I went into one store and they had this display model. And I said, "Well, can you give me a deal on the display model? Because I'll buy it if it's if it's good." So I checked it out. It's perfect. They gave me a deal on it, and they came in and we had like a 55-inch downstairs Samsung, and they actually came in here and installed. They put the TV in, turned it on, did the I guess the Geek Squad setup is what you call over there. And so they're here, and Hin's like, "Oh, So we got the TV downstairs. Do you think you can like wall mount it in the bedroom upstairs, the 55-inch? They're like, oh yeah, sure. So we paid a couple extra dollars and we got the upstairs one wall mounted. So that's been my journey with TV stuff. Finished some titles you believe Vinegar Cinema release. Ryan has some, but he can't tell.
Correct.
Last year, there was a few more titles that I knew and I had to bite my lip on. This year, not so much. But I'm still excited to see what comes out. I'm kind of disappointed recently that we're not getting the Nightmare on Elm Street set. I I know that there were some people that were hoping to get it, to the point that I had heard that some people were working on certain things for it, and then it fell through. And as far as I know, it's still falling through. But that would be amazing. That's the one set. And the crazy part is, during the DVD era, the Nightmare on Elm Street set, if you're a horror fan, the Nightmare on Elm Street set was the box that you had to own. It was a must. It was a must-have title.
Yep, absolutely.
With all that being said, we've been on it for a while, and my battery is at 40%. So before we go though, I want to thank Ryan for coming on here. So Disconnected is his channel. Follow him on. So are you still on Twitter?
I'm on everything.
See, most of my friends got off Twitter. So I'm trying to find a way to, and even some of my viewers have gone off. So I'm trying to find a way to contact everybody at the same time. So it's getting harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's doing a fantastic video tomorrow night. He's going to be talking about a lot of the international horror, right? Like the premium releases.
Yep.
Make sure you check that out. Check out every Thursday night, like the same as like you can bet on Ryan unless something's really serious. Ryan's there every Thursday night, and quality video. You got to watch it. You can't miss it. Me, I'm still trying to get like a special night there, because it comes on. It was before I got here. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go on because I don't think Ryan's on that because it's Wednesday night. It was always be Thursday, and I'd be like, oh, damn it. But on tomorrow night, I promise. Make sure you're watching Ryan. That's the channel we're checking out tomorrow night. And no, George, I unfortunately have not seen Dark Classes yet. I know a lot of people have seen it, watched it on Shudder, and I think Azia Argento was in that one. And just like everybody else, I am like we're all in love with Azia Argento. So there you go. But no, check out Ryan's channel tomorrow night. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I truly appreciate it. I did not plan to do another video tonight, but the Vinegar Syndrome newsletter came out. If you have not yet checked it out, the staff pick sale is going on live right now. The code to put in for to get 20% off on the Vinegar Syndrome website is staffpicks20, 20. So just go there, put it in. The things are going quickly, and once staff picks is gone, it is gone for good. It's not coming back. They're not doing any more of those. They have some more stuff coming out and some different, like you're going to see a new tab and maybe a couple new tabs from Vinegar Syndrome. Thank you so much for joining me, Ryan. It has been a blast. It's been too long, and I want to get you on again sometime soon. But before my computer dies, I'm going to say good night to everybody. Have a fantastic night, and I leave the last words to you.
See you next time, everybody.